What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Bars and Bells podcast.
Did you mess that up?
Bars and Bells. I did it again. Welcome back to the Barbells and Trails podcast, episode 80. And we have another guest yet for the second month in a row. Kelvin is back yet again.
You fucking rookie.
Yeah, I am a rookie. I mean, I am. That's been 2 years.
Yeah.
I'm still pretty rookified.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. So we're trying to basically have a guest once a month, no matter what this year. 10 different people, hopefully, at one point, possibly two guests at once. Even Brian was talking to me about it this week, trying to be like, hey, me and Josh need to come on together. I was like, okay.
That would be something.
I was like, that will be, I mean, hey, we can work our way around it. I was like, let me get some more solos first before we get you two together, because that will be a hell of an episode.
And a bottle of Patron.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
But no, so I thought it'd be fun to bring you back since you've been gone for basically a month and you've been on before. So if anybody's been watching, they at least kind of know who you are. Honestly, your episode did pretty well. I think it ended up with like 150 views off of it. So it was fun. I had fun that episode.
I don't know what the frame of reference is. I don't know what your other videos you're getting.
I'd say we average on YouTube around 50, but then we have some that just do better.
I'm fucking killing it.
Yeah. Honestly, our guest episodes do a lot.
Oh,
like
yeah.
even Brian's did pretty well. So hopefully you're hitting 2 for 2.
I'm gonna rub it in their face.
You should.
You
Hopefully
do that.
I'll do Brian. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm down. Hopefully we just have some good topics so we have a good clickbait thumbnail.
I'm gonna take time off of work just so I can come talk shit. Like in
And
person.
he's gonna be at work, just keep clicking and refreshing, just
Dang.
making the view count go up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, why do we have like 40 views with 3 seconds of watch time right now?
That's
I'm gonna
coming.
everyone's gonna go to lunch. I'm gonna go to every laptop at work. And just everybody's computer.
They're gonna come back and be like, what the what is happening?
Close it out afterwards. They won't know. Like he said, 30 seconds.
30. Hey, I think it does take 30 seconds or like 10 seconds for it to register. So
That's
there you
enough
go.
for me to talk shit.
Yeah, exactly.
all I need.
That's all that matters. So I guess let's give some context to you being gone for 3 weeks. Obviously, I know some of the stories that happened, but there's probably more I don't totally know. But you went to airborne training or paratrooper training, for 3 weeks down in Georgia.
Yeah, it's airborne. They call it airborne school.
Oh, okay, shit.
So the actual name is BAC, Basic Airborne Course. So to be a qualified paratrooper, I guess, if that's how you want to put the terminology for it. But yeah, airborne school down in Georgia. It was 22 days of orders. And yeah, fucking throwing myself out of airplanes because I make great decisions.
Yeah. I mean, you just some of the stories you told me. You texted me like the first week or that weekend. You're like, it's like, well, don't break your ankle. Like, be careful. And you're like, well, we already had somebody break their ankle, and it wasn't a sergeant at the time, or
Oh yeah, dude, fucking
Yeah.
everybody though.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it just so happened to be one of in my direct leadership.
Yeah.
That was just so happened to also be at the school in a different class, who broke his ankle.
Yeah. And then you were like, oh yeah, he has to have surgery next week, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, okay,
Dang.
damn.
Yeah, he got screws and plates in his ankle.
Yeah, that's a. So is he gonna be able to jump anytime soon with that, or is he kind of down for the count for a while?
They told him he'll have his cast and shit off within like 3 to 4 months. You got 6 months to get back to the school, or else you have to do it all over again.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So they if you get back within 6 months, they'll let you just kind of pick up where you left off.
Yeah.
So in this case, he'd done 3 jumps. If he goes back within 6 months, he'll have to do 2 jumps, and then he'll just get to graduate with whoever he jumped with.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes it easy.
Yeah,
that's
it's
not
a
bad.
terrible process, but yeah, if you don't make that 6 months, you gotta go right back to day 1. And personally speaking, that sounds fucking excruciating.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing with all of the training leading up to it, did the best aspect of that 3 weeks end up just being jumping, like actually jumping? Because I know you told me like some of the aspects that you guys had to do for the training was like basically dummy helicopters and jumping. Was it on zip lines or what? Or was it? How was that one?
Yeah, I don't know where the fuck you're getting helicopters from.
Was it not? No.
No.
Oh, or was okay? It was a makeshift plane then.
Yeah,
right?
so we had
sorry.
makeshift plant, like makeshift towers, makeshift aircraft with doors and shit. You go through everything. I mean, it literally starts with like you just stand on the ground and you just kick your legs, jump, and like snap into the position of falling. You do that a bunch of times, and I'm like, all right, you guys
Seem to know what you're doing.
It was like, all right, now let's do this off of a little platform, and now let's do this out of like a wooden mock-up of the aircraft, and you do that. And then there is a zip line, there's a zip line. You jump out of a 34-foot tower, and then you ride down the zip line. Genuinely a really fun day.
You're like,
Yeah.
this is just fun.
Yeah, no, it's fun.
That sounds fun.
You got, depending on how good you jump, though, you can get a little beat up.
Oh, yeah, I guess that would make sense.
Yeah,
we,
fair
had,
enough.
we had one dude cut the fuck out of his ear. He was bleeding all over the
Oh,
place.
dang.
But did it get snagged on
So
a cord?
So one of the things you do when you jump is you have to put your chin to your chest.
You told me that before you went, so someone
Yeah.
didn't.
Yeah, a bunch of people didn't, and it looked like they got attacked by fucking werewolves that were horny. So their fucking necks, dude, their necks are just bruised and fucking cut up and everything. And so your risers connect about here.
Uh-huh.
So when they pull tight, they come up right
Yeah.
by here.
Oh,
And so it either like snapped their neck or and one guy just fucking like
Got
cut the bottom of his ear
Oh,
really
yeesh.
bad. So, yeah, dude, some people were walking just purple and black all the way up and down the back of their neck, and we had two people just cut the fuck out of their earlobe, was bleeding all over the place.
Did you guys end up having anybody mess up on that in particular, like actually doing the jumps, or at that point was it worked out? Like they knew what not to do and they were.
Oh
they were
yeah,
good
no,
with
I
it.
mean it's the
There's
type
still
of
people that.
type of thing you figure out pretty fast. Like, oh
Yeah.
fuck, that hurts. Let me put my head down next time.
yeah.
You got a nice little reminder
Oh, yeah,
behind you on
definitely.
the floor.
Yeah, that's true.
If you
Wow.
don't get snagged by the riser, it's a lot of fun. Assuming you also don't get your harness adjusted properly.
Yeah.
Because we had some people.
Oh, no.
The funniest jump from the tower I got to witness was you're supposed to kick your foot out and jump, and they tell you up 6 inches, out 36 inches. That's what they want you to do. It's not really about jumping up. It's about clearing yourself from the aircraft.
I mean, yeah, makes sense.
So, but this is a zip line, right? So, like, you have the door, and then above it is where all the cables are connected to. So, if you got a really strong jump and you went out really far, then you took most of the slack out of the cable. So it wasn't.
Oh, yeah,
it
true.
wasn't like such an aggressive
Uh-huh.
snap when it pulled tight. Yeah, dude, we had one person. He went to kick like, I don't know if he just got super uncoordinated or if he kind of like panicked. And instead of kicking, he took 2 steps and then just stepped off the platform, went straight down, and the cable sagged like 3 or 4 feet, and you could just like the audible gasp of it pulling tight on his body, and it was just like, oh fuck, and he's bouncing the whole fucking
Oh.
way down the zip line. Every time it's just getting that nice tug on his harness.
Dang.
I was like, yeah, I ain't gonna do that one again.
No,
are you?
yeah. So I do. You didn't make it sound like you did, but did you have any like near mistakes or situations? I mean, you told me the story of the one guy that dropped 50 feet, basically the last 50 feet of the drop you guys were doing, and that was wild.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I can't believe that guy walked away with it
then-
basically with nothing.
Yeah,
like,
sprained his ankle, knocked himself unconscious, and like bruised his shoulder,
that's
and then
insane.
fucking walked it off.
Yeah. You're like, he showed up the next day. You're like, what the hell
Oh,
are you
he's
doing
alive.
here? Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy. Like, just the night before, it's like, bro, I watched them take you away in a helicopter. What
Yeah.
are you doing?
Yeah,
that's-
But he was knocked unconscious, so they didn't know he was okay. It's just you can't tell him he's
No,
okay.
yeah, of course.
You're in a field, homie's
Right.
unresponsive. You got to assume the worst for his
Yeah.
safety.
Oh, of course.
So, you
Yeah,
know,
that-
it's appropriate response.
Yeah, you mentioned that to me at first. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Come again? What did you say?
Yeah. No, I mean, there's definitely an inherent danger to it, but it's one of those things where it's like, if you think about how many people are doing it every day, it's like,
True.
You're
I mean,
still-
yeah. I
you're
mean,
still
even
more likely.
skydiving.
Yeah, fair
it's
enough.
like most people are like, oh, it's really scary. It's dangerous. Some people literally do thousands of jumps in a lifetime and never have to ever pull their reserves.
Yeah,
Every
true.
once in a while you have that like freak situation. Like I heard one YouTuber, I think it was Ali Law. I think you know him.
Mm-hmm.
And he went to get his skydiving certification, and on like his 17th jump at the school, his shit fucked. He had to cut ties and drop with his reserves, and after he got down and everything, obviously, kind of a traumatic little experience, especially when you're finally doing solo jumps. And
oh, yeah,
everything.
that's a strong pucker factor.
Oh yeah. One of the instructors is like, I literally jumped probably 5,000 times and I've never had that happen once. So for it to happen to you within your first 20, not normal. And so I think at the time he's like, yeah, I'm taking a little break from this. He's like, oh, I'll come back to it. I'll come back to it.
At my graduation ceremony, they did a free fall demonstration, and I didn't realize that one of the instructors was on the free fall team until he literally came flying in front of us from the sky. None of us knew he was on the free fall team. And then he just fucking landed from 10,000 feet from a helicopter. We're like, when the hell was this a thing? He's like, oh yeah, I have over 650 free fall jumps in addition to my airborne static line jumps.
Dang.
We're like, you've spent more time in the air than you have on the ground.
It
Pretty
seems
much.
like it. Jeez.
Yeah. So, and then one day we were doing like one of our classes, and all the classes are taught outside, hands-on practical. I think it's a lot of cool training. I just so happened to be walking by one of the instructors, because we were going over like reserve activation and stuff that day, and one of the instructors was literally sitting there talking to one of the other instructors. He goes, yeah, the day I have to touch my reserve, I'm leaving the airborne.
Wow.
I'm like, okay, well, you're an instructor of like over 75 static line jumps, like,
Yeah.
and you've never even felt the need to go close to that thing.
Yeah.
So it puts things into perspective.
Yeah, it does. The idea of, like you said, it's an animalistic one, not to jump 30,000 feet pretty much. And
Oh, it goes against all instinct.
Yeah, you're
it's
like-
so incredibly unnatural.
even if it's theoretically pretty safe, it's still just like,
I saw a statistic. I don't know how true this is. I've never looked into it outside of just seeing this thing posted somewhere on social media. But it said like the official injury rate for airborne operations is like 2.62 jumpers per 1,000 jumpers.
that's not that bad at
Yeah.
all.
And that's the injury rate.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not falling out of the sky and fucking dying.
Right.
Which I've only heard of a handful of isolated cases.
Yeah. Typically, there's a reason behind it too.
And
It's
there's
not-
usually
yeah.
a reason behind it. I've never
Right.
heard of a straight up just they did everything right and then
And
it just
something-
didn't work out.
Mhm.
I've yet to hear that.
No,
So,
which makes sense. It does.
like even in the case that they told us, they did the right thing. They're like, you're gonna hear this rumor while you're here because it was like 2.5 years ago.
Oh.
So it still gets talked about. But they're like, yes, something happened, but they were like, they had like bad twists in their canopy or something, and they just fought it all the way to the ground instead of ever going for the reserve.
Oh.
So it's like, if you would go for your reserve
Yeah.
at a
Yeah.
certain point, you cut your losses,
Hmm.
you know, and they just didn't.
Stubborn.
And they
Yeah, wow.
literally saw that one to the end.
Yeah.
So
Dang.
So when do you get to the point where you're gonna be like throwing the parachute out and then jumping?
no, it's
like-
gonna open.
Yeah. Well, you gotta go get it.
Go get it. my
You've
ass.
seen those
I
videos,
was
right?
like,
I can't remember
what?
what that's called. So there's a specific name for it, but where skydivers do that shit, and it's like, no, I'm
Oh,
good.
I've seen.
Yeah.
Okay, I know.
Where
what
they
you're
throw
talking
the parachute and
Yeah,
then
the
they
free
You
jump
were-
guys doing that shit.
Dang.
then they catch it on the
Nah.
way down and put it on.
about. Yeah, no, it's literally like the worst decision I've ever seen. in my
Yeah,
entire
wait,
life.
what? That's so
But they
silly.
always jump with other people, so if things go bad, and they just grab on. If
Still, though,
if they can. Yeah,
that's-
I wouldn't risk it.
Yeah, no,
Nah, I'm good,
If
dude.
anything, strap a couple extra parachutes onto me, just to be safe. Strap one on the front, strap one on the back. I want plenty to pull.
Yeah,
Better safe than sorry.
true.
Yeah, no, that's completely fucking different. I can.
You're like, I'm not that much of a daredevil. I'll jump, but
Yeah, I can enjoy jumping out of an aircraft with a nice secure parachute and reserve already there. Not
Did you ever go skydiving or anything before?
no,
Okay, I wasn't
no.
sure.
This is my first time doing anything like this.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure because it's like at least if you've done it, you'd know the experience for the most part.
Right.
Obviously,
Well, and
it's a
so
little
that's the thing
different.
too. Though, is it's like there was actually a lot of people there that had done it, including some people who were like certified free fall,
Mhm.
like civilian skydiving and shit. This is not that,
Yeah,
like
Yeah.
at all. This is way more uncomfortable in every aspect.
I believe that. Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's like you just get. I mean, civilian skydiving. Granted, it's way higher too to its actual free fall instead of static line.
Right.
But you don't jump at 150 miles an hour perpendicular to the travel of the aircraft and just get blasted by this wind that sends you fucking tumbling if you don't have the right body position.
True.
And then you don't land at 14 to 18 feet per second. You know, those guys land on their feet. You land and have to roll because if you don't, you're breaking your legs.
True. Okay, yeah.
Did you ever have did you have anybody actually like snap their legs during?
No, we
Right.
had several people come, seen them hobbling around in casts. Several people.
Dang.
You think you could ever do that, Riley?
See, I always wanted to do skydiving.
Yeah,
but
yeah, like, that's one thing, but
not that.
You can get
Really?
paid to do it, dude.
That's
what?
true.
Well, yeah.
You get paid to do it. In like all of those cases, though, every time we went and talked to one of those guys who I saw hurt, and I asked him what happened, it was like the same thing every time. They were like, "I got scared. I reached for the ground. Like I stuck my foot out, tried to catch myself." Like every single time, it was like, okay, so you didn't do what you were supposed to do, and you got hurt because of it. Not like in the sense of like talking shit to these individuals. So I feel really bad for these individuals that got hurt, because it is a scary thing and it's a very unnatural thing and it's very hard.
Yeah,
especially the first couple of times to force yourself to do this. So like I feel very bad for those individuals, but then for me it was also like, okay, like as long as I keep doing what I'm supposed to do, I'll be fine.
Yeah,
Right.
Josh has tried convincing me to go skydiving because he's been before, and he's like, I don't think I can anymore. I got to lose a few pounds. But he tried to get me to go one time last summer, and I was like, I mean, it's something I feel like I want to do at least once. But
Yeah.
Also, I was like, if I do it, I don't know if I want to do it in Indiana. I'm just looking at crops the whole time. It's just a grid formation. I was like, I'd rather do it somewhere a little more scenic and everything. Do it on the coast somewhere. Do something like that.
One of the guys who was next to me at the formations every day, so I did like all of my 3 weeks hanging out and talking to this guy. He's from Cali, and like out on the beach. Like this guy was the stereotypical Cali kid.
Yeah.
Back in like the 90s and 80s. I loved it. Every single story he had, I fucking loved. He's tatted out too, dude. He's fucking everything about him is stereotypical Cali kid, and it's awesome. The guy's great.
Wow.
But he was talking about like all the skydiving shit they had over there, like where you could jump over the ocean.
Yeah.
Like with the instructor, and then they'd bring you back over land.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
They was talking about some stuff. But then he started telling me about this other one that's like right down the road, and he's like, yeah, there's like 6 people die there every year. I'm like, what?
Dang.
He goes, yeah,
heard.
they won't close. I was like, what? And the only reason people are dying is because the landing zone is right next to one of the major highways. Yeah, so people are dying because apparently they're missing the landing zone and just getting hit by fucking cars on the highway.
I was.
I don't know if this place is still open. I
hope not.
I don't know. Dude, this is just something he was telling me about when he used to live there.
Yeah, no, that's
That's
what
not.
the fuck?
yeah, there is a reason. I've heard enough stories when it comes to like even like parasailing and that kind of stuff where it's like it looks fun, but if like those things you don't control, it's just wind. So if something comes through, especially on the coast, which is a lot more common, if something comes through and blows you, like there's nothing you can do. You're just being flung.
I actually have been parasailing.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm.
Where
What's
at?
that like then?
It was South Beach.
Okay.
Ooh.
So me and Jesse Grimes.
Yeah.
Me and him, we actually did it. It was actually really fun.
Yeah,
Like-
I feel like it is.
It
I've
was
just I've
really
seen
windy
and heard
that day,
those,
too.
Like, crazy stories where you just see somebody get like blown into a cliff.
I
you're
was
like-
I was scared at first. I was like, well, like once we start going, we just
Yeah.
It's one of those things too that like once you're up there, you don't think about that stuff.
No.
Yeah, we was just looking around like this is
Yeah.
cool.
You know, it reminds me of what is that? Jurassic Park 2 when is that the second one, or maybe it's 3, where they're parasailing and then the people on the boat get killed by whatever. And it's like, oh yeah, you're screwed.
The way you structured that sentence, I was about to bully you really hard. Like, he said Jurassic Park 2. Was that the second one? I don't know. Did they label it 2?
I bet.
I realized at the end of the sentence you were talking about if that was the one where they were parasailing.
Yeah, I
Me
see
and
what you
Riley
mean.
and anybody who hears this isn't going to know this, though.
Until I get to this point.
Until I get to the end of the sentence.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you just sound like you don't know how to structure a sentence.
Well, I was second guessing myself. Okay.
No.
My bad.
Saying, was it the third one? We still don't know what the fuck you're talking about until you.
I
You
don't-
never watched
Parasailing
Jurassic
part.
Park, dude?
I
Come on.
have, but it's been a minute, dude.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, when
was the
did that
main one.
movie come out?
Yeah.
First one was 95. third
Exactly.
one, I don't know.
There ain't no way you know that off the top of your head.
I do. So
No,
was Toy
he probably
Story.
does actually.
What else came out in 95? Aladdin was, I think, 97. I don't know. I just know random shit. I'm sorry.
But not how to structure a
No,
sentence.
no. English is not my first language.
Right.
What is?
Bullshit.
Yes. Just whatever comes out of my mouth. Whatever my brain can construct. That's about it. It happens. By the way, this kid's getting better at golf. It's kind of scaring me when we played today.
Yeah, dude.
There's a few times where I was like, oh shit, he's piping these down the middle. It wasn't necessarily with the drivers. We were both kind of having a rough time with the drivers today.
It doesn't matter. Just the fact that he just felt the need to send that in the group chat and say, Brett, you suck.
He
That
said he was
great,
going
by
to
the
do
way.
it, and I was like, you might as well. I know you want to.
Yep.
I
That was
like, do
great.
it. But the part of the reason was he started with the short game, and the whole time I drove for like 3 rounds of that, and I just kept having terrible luck, and every single one kept shanking to the same place. I was getting like 180 yards, but they kept going to that back corner and just not getting any points. I was like, this is bullshit. If we're going off a distance, I'm winning every time, but
Well, yeah.
I just hear a whole lot of complaining, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
That's all I hear.
Yep.
Yeah.
He says short distance, but I'm still using my 7. I'm still getting all the way to the friggin'
True. Well, you
green.
started off like hitting, I think, green or yellow or whatever, and then worked your way up.
I got to blue.
He just kept getting
times.
points, and I'm like, I don't have anything on the board. I was surprised that by the end I got 50 because I ended up having to drop the driver and use something else. We did take my own.
I definitely need to get better at my driver game. I definitely do.
Yeah, dude. There's some people next to us like never swung a club
Oh
once.
my
Well,
gosh.
that's the best part about Top Golf.
Like, it's funny because obviously we don't know golf that well, but we know it well enough where you just sit there and watch. You're like, they just completely like did a 360 and swung their whole waist around.
You don't have to know about golf to see that shit and be like, what the fuck?
Exactly.
Is this?
You're just like, what are you like? Just uncoordinated or someone holding the club like one hand like a foot and a half down from the top, and you're just like, I don't know if that's gonna help you. But
we had this older guy beside us at the beginning, dude. So he was doing the same mode we were at the beginning. He had like over 200 points or something like that. Because it just
was crazy.
He just kept
He was
chipping it.
He was working on his chip game like the whole time he was there, and I'm pretty sure made at least 95% of every shot.
100%.
Like in the yellows and the greens, like perfect in the nets every time. And as soon as I knew he was good, I was like, this guy obviously is skilled because he requested, because you can go down there and pay like an extra $25 and get a new set of Callaways to use when you're at Topgolf.
What?
Yeah, I didn't know that either until we were there, and I see them pull out the Callaway, so I was like, well, this guy's okay. He's a little more serious. I mean,
see, but that's the thing. If you're that good, I feel like
just bring your own clubs.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, the dude just was piping them every time, just chipping them perfectly, and I was like, yeah, we ain't there.
Not to mention, I mean, if I could pipe a perfect shot every time, I'd fucking swing with a children's club if that's what's the result. You know, it could be fucking pink with purple polka dots. If it's going straight every time, I'll fucking take it.
I mean, fair enough.
Yeah, true. Well, there was this one kid on the other one next to us. At one point, we just hear a bang, and I thought it was a golf ball.
Yeah,
like, where the hell did that come from? She overswung, brought the club all the way around, and smacked the terminal. Like, that was for
like
us.
ours,
like
yeah.
I've seen that shit. Yeah, I've seen that shit too.
Literally, I ducked. I was like, what the?
What was that?
I saw, it was like a TikTok or some shit, like just a couple days ago. I saw somebody who fucking fell off one of the top platforms. And so they're like, they're in the net.
Okay.
They're fucking hammered, dude.
Yeah.
So the employees are trying to like reel them back in, and it's fucking hilarious.
I was like, come on, crawl, get up.
It's like watching professional fishermen when they catch like a fucking 200+ pound tuna.
They throw a life.
Yeah, they're trying to like fucking net this tuna back into the boat. That's what it looked like.
They throw a life preserver on them. Come on.
Just like every drunk person in every situation, whenever you're trying to help them, they're putting up a fucking fight.
Oh, yeah.
True.
They ain't coming in easy.
No. I remember one of the first time I had ever seen the ocean. We went down to Myrtle Beach, and I was like 14 at the time. And I remember there was just like a group of people, drunk as hell, probably in their 40s, just out like farther out. Then just this one dude out by himself just starts swimming out, and I just see the lifeguards being like, "What the hell is this guy doing?" And they just start calling him in, and he just keeps swimming.
Wait, really?
Yeah, there's like, where is he going? He's just getting further and further out, and eventually he finally paid attention and came back. Like, they were about to go out after him and be like, where the fuck are you trying to go right now?
The man has a death sentence.
Like, I don't know if the dude was just like, I'm going for a swim, and I mean, not that it's not allowed on public beaches like that, but at the same time, it's possibly risking someone's life just to start swimming out into the ocean like that, especially if they're intoxicated. But it's just kind of like, what are you doing? Just me over here. First time I was like, I'm not going anywhere deeper that I can't feel. So like, we're going reasonably far out, but not too far because it was a very gradual decline. So we were probably 100 feet in. But hey, first time. Like I'm like, I don't know. There could be sharks here. I don't know what's going on here. Like,
yeah.
I was like, I don't want to go too far. They can't get me here. Obviously they can, but you know, I was 13, 14 at the time, so
like 2.5, 3 feet of water.
Yeah, that's
that ass is fair game at that point.
Hell yeah. No, for sure. Some people are just stupid. Did you ever see the video of the guy? I think this was in Egypt, and this was out of a resort, and this dude just gets attacked by a bull shark. You hear him screaming, and people are just seeing him getting like flung around, And the whole reason it ended up happening was this company was basically chumming the water, just dumping like lamb scraps into the ocean near this, basically near this resort, and it attracted a bunch of sharks.
Naturally.
This guy just got absolutely demolished.
Oh my gosh.
And it's like, I think they hunted that one down and killed that one. That's the crazy thing. It's like one person dies, they're like, we gotta get it. He tasted human. We gotta take him out.
Yeah, it's not like they literally chummed the fucking waters for days.
Yeah,
And then anything that
it was
stepped in the
literally
water
less
was
than a
going to get
mile
attacked
from the
at that
resort,
point.
and it's just drawing a bunch of predators in.
I was like, at that point, anything that steps foot in the water is getting fucking ate.
Well, I feel like something that'd be terrifying is scuba diving down, and if an octopus grabs a hold of you, or something like Great Pacific Octopus, I'd be like, nah, no, fuck that, because they won't let go. You'd be screwed. I don't even know how you deal with that situation.
Just fucking punch it in the eyes.
They're mushy, dude. You're underwater.
It's got eyes. Punch them. It's like a universal code of let the fuck go.
Have you ever seen the videos of octopus just punch fish? Like scientists have noticed.
Yes,
it.
I've seen
It's just
that.
out of spite. They'll be swimming by and they're just like, get out of here.
Fuck you.
Like, I'm not hungry. Otherwise, you'd be eating right now.
Yeah.
They just punch other animals.
I was down in, I want to say Cozumel. I think it was Cozumel, Mexico. It probably wasn't. I don't remember. I was down in that part of the world,
Okay.
in the Caribbean area,
Somewhere.
yeah. It involved the ocean, I'll tell you that much.
Okay.
And we went snorkeling, and there was like a reef. There was a reef, and then like fucking probably just a couple 100 meters away from this reef, it gets super deep, super fast. And there was an old World War II torpedo boat that was purposely sunk there to like go with the
scuba
reef,
diving and
basically.
everything.
Oh, that's
Do
kind of
all
cool.
Yeah, they use a lot of those boats as man-made reefs whenever
Yeah.
they sink them. So it was deliberately sunk on the edge of this reef. And so when we went snorkeling, we went to the sunken boat first, and then we went inland to the reef. And I jumped off of this boat into the water, and the first thing I saw was this fucking barracuda.
Oh.
It was like 5.5 feet long, like literally like right here. Like I nearly landed on that fucking thing. And I was like one of the first people in the water. And my mom was on the boat, and she's fucking terrified of that shit.
Yeah.
So I turned around, and she's like, how is it? I'm like, it's great. It's beautiful down here. Didn't tell her I nearly just landed on this fucking thing.
I think I've seen a video where someone accidentally almost landed on a shark. They didn't know it was in the water, and they just jumped in. It was like immediately after. Like you just see the outline of it, and they're like, "Get the fuck out! Get on the boat!"
Oh, no, like I
Yeah.
jump in the water. I jump in the water and you got like your snorkel mask and shit. I was
Yeah.
like, I can't see anything.
It
so
takes a second.
There's
Yeah.
just bubbles.
Yeah.
And as soon as the bubbles are gone, it's just like
It's just
right
right
fucking
there.
here, just swimming by, not giving a fuck in the world. I
Dope.
was like,
Yeah,
bet.
yeah. I don't have many
Yeah.
fears, but like open ocean and everything is just.
Nah, fucking
100%.
send it.
I mean, what's considered more is it the open ocean more because of like the rough seas, or would it be the coastline because that's where most like animals and predators possibly are around? I don't know. I feel like both would be sketchy for different reasons.
I mean, I was gonna say, yeah, that's like apples and oranges right
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Yeah.
So I mean, open ocean, if it's calm,
yeah. It just depends on when and where you are.
there's literally nothing. But then yeah, those storms get
Yeah.
insane.
True. Yeah, seeing some of those videos, it's like, why are you on this boat? Dock up, bud.
Yeah.
Like, nope. I mean, luckily those guys get paid a lot of money to do that
So I
stuff.
was say
but-
probably because they're also hundreds of miles away from
Yeah,
the fucking
and
place
they-
to dock.
I know,
Yeah.
but it's just
And then
you see
maybe they
those
were trying to
videos.
get to the dock. You never know.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I mean, we've probably all seen those TikToks or Instagrams where it's just like the Viking like songs or whatever, and it's just a picture of the ocean, and you're just like, nah. It's
No,
like
I've been-
pitch black, and you see these like 100-foot waves, and you're like, I'm good. I'll stay on land.
Fucking oil rig. I'll go like I don't care about boats. Like I've been on enough boats in my life where like
Yeah.
I've been into the deep ocean, open ocean many a times. Like I come from a family of sailors. My dad was a fucking captain.
That's true. That is
so like
true.
I
You're good
fuck,
with it.
fucking oil rig.
He's like, he likes it. I'm over here like, nah.
Yeah.
I'm in Indiana, born and raised. If I don't see
Yeah.
corn, I'm unsafe.
Yeah, no. I'm
I-
cool with it, but
I really-
screw oil rigs.
I don't really care about it, the ocean. But
Really?
like, I mean, I don't care about it really. But like, I get seasick really.
Oh, really?
easily.
Yeah.
If it's really just wavy, and I just can't handle it.
Yeah, no, I need to go on a cruise.
Even when we were on a cruise, and you know how big they are, so they usually the
not
waves are
that
not
bad.
as bad. But no, I still got seasick there.
Yeah, no,
Oh, dude, I was
you've been
on a
so
cruise
many.
where they had to kick us off the top deck because we were sailing through like a massive storm.
Dang.
No, they literally said nobody was allowed outside, and so naturally the first thing I did was snuck outside.
Yep.
And I got to the very front of the boat, or like as far forward as like passengers and guests are allowed to go.
Uh-huh.
And I went there with some other kid that I befriended on the boat, and there was like these doors that we had to open to go out to this balcony, and it took like me and him like literally wrestling these fucking doors open because they opened into the wind,
Oh my god.
and we were fighting these fucking things for like at least a minute just to get two people through a fucking door. And then we were standing on the front, like we were standing there, and you could like lean like 45 degrees, put your arms out, and the wind would hold you up.
Yeah,
Wow.
no, I'll deal with tornadoes. I guess I'll just get in the bunker.
Yeah.
Crawl under the house. I'll be okay with that.
Yeah, none of what I just said was probably a really good idea.
No,
But-
no,
No, 100%.
No.
Do not do that at home.
And this
Or-
is why he's in the military.
Well, I
He
can't
gets
do- I
paid
can't
to
do
go
Don't do it at
outwards.
home. Don't do it on a cruise. That's what I meant.
I was gonna say you can't do it at home
Yeah.
anyways.
Don't do it at home. Don't.
Don't try it. There we go.
So now you can see the natural progression though from that to throwing yourself out of an airplane.
Oh yeah.
Just worked its way up.
I gotta say though, were you like nervous the first time you jumped?
Oh, dude, I'll shit myself.
Okay.
Did it get better by the end, or was it still like once you're in the plane a little bit, you're kind of like, eh.
There was definitely like some nerves each time,
Yeah.
but the nerves were always worse. Like just waiting.
It's
Okay,
always
fair enough.
anticipation.
There's always the anticipation. Like as soon as I was like hook up, as soon as I was like hooked up to my static line to the inboard cable, like I was like, fuck yeah, let's go. But it just sitting there and then sitting in the jump shed and all that waiting, I was just like,
That's
fuck,
true.
dude.
So I guess I don't know how high up do you guys jump for static line stuff?
1,250 feet.
Oh, that's it. Oh, okay. I didn't realize it was that low.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 Yeah, this whole experience lasts like at most 40 seconds.
Yeah.
From there to there is like
Okay,
at
so- okay,
most
yeah,
40
yeah.
seconds.
I mean, I knew it was lower than skydiving, but I didn't realize it was that low.
It's low.
Yeah, that's
It's
Yeah.
low.
yeah.
There's not a lot of room.
No, not a lot of room for error.
That's
Not at
scary.
all.
I mean, even when you got a good parachute coming down the whole time, like I said, at most it's going to be like 40 seconds. They're taking the express elevator down.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
We had one guy, though. He, we were just sitting on the ground fucking laughing at this dude forever. It was our third jump. So it was our first time jumping with combat equipment, too. And it was, like, a little bit windy, which you actually want a little bit of wind.
Mhm.
Really nice day. Wasn't cold, bright and sunny. Like, it was a good day to be jumping, honestly.
Right.
But it was super cold the day prior. And now it's like 60-something degrees. And I'm, like, walking back after I land. So there's, like, a rendezvous point, and then there's the massive landing zone. And wherever you land is where you land. So if you're, like, the first or the last dude out the door, you kind of get fucked.
Fair enough.
Because now you
yeah.
have to walk, like, 2
Yeah.
miles back with your parachute, and then you jump combat equipment. You got to bring the combat equipment back with you, too. So there's a give and take. If you're the first one out the door, you don't have to worry about, like, other jumpers. Or, like, your first or last one, you don't have to worry about other jumpers. You have so much space, but then you got a longer walk. You jump in the middle, you got to look out quite a bit for people above and below, and there's just a lot more, like, workload on you as an individual. But yeah, dude, I'll take that shorter walk. I jumped, like, middle every time, and I got back, like, 10 minutes before the people in my stack.
I love how you were also telling me, like, between obviously you guys having to do the night jumps at one point,
Yeah.
and then not only that, but like, yeah, half of this was like practically swampland sort of because it was rained so much.
Yeah.
And there was the one dude that always just dropped
Every time
it
came
into,
back wet every time.
Oh
Soaking
my
wet.
god.
There was like these massive, like 15 to 16 foot, like just
like
puddles.
little bogs, pretty
Just
much.
puddles,
Yeah.
dude. Like two inches of water, if that. And every fucking time he came back wet. Didn't matter where he was in the stack. On our last jump, he was the first one out the door. Still came back wet. And then so he had the longest walk wet.
Oh no.
But on this daytime combat, when we jumped in the middle of the day and it was a really nice day, I'm walking. I got all my stuff packed up and I'm walking back to the rendezvous point, and the only thing you have out there in the field is the fucking planes coming overhead, so they're just nonstop dropping. So, I mean, you kind of have to look up anyway, so to make sure you don't get clotheslined by somebody else's rucksack.
I mean, yeah.
So like,
I didn't even think about that.
oh yeah, dude, so we're all jumping the same field.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Yeah.
Like, I have people landing like 20 feet away from me, and they're coming in. So like, especially during the night jump when I'm packing up my parachute, I'm like, fuck it, where are these fuckers? And you can't see them until we get close.
Oh yeah, that would be scary actually. Oh
and then
shit.
when you're jumping combat, you have your equipment hanging 15 feet below you once you release it from your body. So now there's literally just a fucking wrecking ball coming across the field. But
Trying to dodge, just trying to see what's going on.
But this one dude jumping during the daytime, I'm walking back, so I'm just watching everybody else fall. And I'm watching this one guy, because like some people fall faster than others. Well, like
Yeah, I know.
I
but
weigh 200 pounds.
It's just wild to be like, well, that guy's dropping pretty fast.
Well, no, he wasn't.
Oh, wait.
That's the thing. He isn't at all.
Okay.
Like he's just like, it looks like he's just like pinned in space.
Wait, really?
Yeah, and I'm walking, and everybody else is getting lower and lower, and this guy's just fucking sitting up there. I get like halfway back, 3/4 of the way back. I look back, he's still right there. Cause they call them thermals, where there's just a bunch of hot air coming up in one spot.
Oh.
And he was right in the middle of it, so he was literally just sitting there like a hot air balloon.
Just.
I do. He's just
He's
sitting there.
stuck.
Just
It's like shit.
or, no, you can get out of it.
Oh.
He just didn't notice.
No, I genuinely think he was just like, fuck it, I'm just enjoying the view.
I'm hanging out. Hey, look.
I
There goes
genuinely
Kelvin.
think, I genuinely think he was just like, fuck it, it's a nice day. Like, I'll enjoy
That's
it.
actually so funny.
So like, did you do that jump? Like, by the time your parachute's
Oh.
opened, you've checked your parachute, you've dealt with anything you need to deal with, like if you have twists or you got other jumpers around you. By the time you've done all that, it's time to start thinking about your landing.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have the time to really look around and take it. You might have like a second or two.
Yeah.
Right.
So I genuinely think this guy was just like, fuck, this is my opportunity to
Yeah.
enjoy myself for a minute here. Like, I got
That's
nothing
hilarious.
else to do, literally.
Oh wow.
And he just sat up there for like a while.
At one point, one of your sergeants is just like, get the hell down.
Like, basically, that was what, so it's like, we all know what to do.
Yeah.
All you have to do is just slip
Yeah.
in any direction.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Preferably towards the center of the landing zone. The problem was this thermal was literally right in the middle of the landing zone. So literally all he has to do is just pick a direction,
Yeah. It is
pull a
good.
slip, and he'll get out of that pocket of hot air. Nope, he just sat up there chilling.
That's
Like,
so
we're
funny.
looking at him. He hasn't even dropped his combat equipment or anything. He's not. I don't even think he had his hands on the risers. I think he was literally just like had his hands down, just chilling.
So wait, during all this, how many jumps did you guys end up having to do?
Oh,
Everybody
gosh.
did 5 jumps. 5 jumps to graduate.
Oh, that was it. I thought there was more. So was it 5-day jumps and then like 5 night or
No, just 5 jumps.
Oh, 5 in general. Okay. For some reason I felt like it was more. I
No,
don't know.
but I'll tell you, dude. That's like 5 jumps. So you do them in 3 days too. That's the thing.
Okay.
That
You
is
do
a lot
5
of
jumps in 3 days.
Yeah.
You're tired.
Yeah, I bet.
Tired and beat by the end. There were long ass days too.
I believe it.
Like, Monday started for me at like 3:45, and then we got back to the barracks at like 9 at night.
That was a long
Wow.
3 weeks. No
Yeah.
wonder that when you first got, well, one, I didn't know you didn't get home till like 1 a.m., but text you the next day, and I was like, I won't call him. He's probably still asleep. As you
I
finally
fucking
called me at
was.
like, I don't know, like 11. I was like, yeah, I just got up a couple minutes ago. I was like, I had a feeling
Yeah, I
you
think
were
I slept till
recovering.
like 12:30 when I got
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, I was like, I believe it.
So like most days would start at 5, and it'd usually end up going to bed around like 9:30 for me personally most days. But it's just that jump week. Jump week's just so chaotic. So you have to do so much in so little time. And there's 400 jumpers, and there's only X amount of jump masters. So, like, everybody has to be inspected several times,
Dang.
and all these procedures have to be followed. And as much as I want to sit here and be like, oh my god, it sucks, it's the dumbest thing in the world, it's like, no, there are 4 reasons.
Right.
You know, you have like, we had like 5 or 6 jump masters trying to check 400 plus
You're right.
personnel, and you got to do 2 jumps in a day. But then the problem is, you have like 5 or 6 jump masters where you need a jump master in the air on each door. There's 2 airplanes with 2 doors each. There's 4 of your jump masters who can't do the checks on the second jump because they're in the air. So like you like
basically just gotta wait for your next opportunity to get up there.
Yeah, so there's a whole lot of waiting your turn, sitting in your harness, which is really uncomfortable. So like it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
I bet, yeah.
It kind of sucks, but it's also a ton of fun. And if you can kind of get in the headspace of like, I understand why things are like this, it makes it easier to swallow. And then they put movies on the TV for us while we're in the jump shed.
Oh, well, there
So
you go.
Sergeant Airborne cares about us.
Aww.
Yeah. They kept putting movies on. But because of like the jump schedule and they had to make announcements on who was going nets and shit, we never got to fucking finish one of them.
Yeah, it's true.
And like we started watching We Were Soldiers on Monday, and we came in Tuesday, and they're like, "What are we gonna watch today?" I'm like, "Are we gonna finish that movie?" They're like, "No," it says, like, by the time that movie's done, I'm gonna be too occupied to put on a new movie for you guys. So like, I just have to put on one start to finish, so you can get like 3/4 of the way through that one, and then not finish that one either. And I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
Like, this is terrible.
that would piss me off.
Yeah, it was We Were Soldiers on Monday. I don't remember what Tuesday. I didn't see the movie on Tuesday because I actually got to jump pretty early in the line. And then Wednesday, when I was stuck in a harness for 6.5 hours, we got to watch almost all of Hacksaw Ridge.
So at this point, since obviously you have multiple years of military experience, but are you going to be the guy that goes to like a new war movie that comes out and start critiquing shit that they do wrong?
I don't give a fuck to do that.
Okay.
I know there's definitely some people that watch those and are like, nah.
There definitely is. But something I will say that I found funny is like, obviously, talking about going to airborne school before I left, you know, your fucking phone starts bringing up advertisements of shit that you talk about, so it's always listening. I swear to God, like TikTok and Facebook Reels do the same things. As all of a sudden,
they do.
It was nothing but fucking airborne videos.
Just people jumping out of planes. You're like,
Oh, it was just like
cool.
It was just like people jumping with GoPros and people recording on the ground and shit like that. And then like halfway through airborne school, I was watching one of those reels and I was like, that guy's got his hands in the wrong place.
I know what you're supposed to be doing. And
Like,
you're
that
not
wasn't
doing
a
it.
proper exit technique. I was just like watching this shit and I was like, God damn it, now I'm one of those guys.
I knew it.
He's going to
It's
be
coming.
one.
It's coming.
I guess that's how it starts.
The longer
Yeah.
he's in, the more he'll.
I was just like, fuck, dude, it's starting.
Yeah.
It starts with TikToks and then it ends with going to the movie theater just to be
like,
pissed
this
off.
is wrong.
I was there.
Yeah. The next time when the Machine 2 comes out, he's gonna watch it and be like, that's not how you properly use an AK-47. They're doing it wrong. Just like random shit. It's like, Bert, I'm gonna send him an email.
Well,
An email?
actually, no, fuck that.
Mr. Kreischer, you don't know what you're doing.
God damn.
Oh my gosh.
No,
Did you ever actually end up watching that movie, by the way?
No, I haven't yet.
your loss.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
I
It
need
is.
to.
It's on
dude.
Netflix. Like,
I never said I didn't need
It's way
to.
better
I
than the
need.
second Avatar.
I had. I don't know if you know this because I didn't know if you listened to that episode.
I did.
Yeah, like
You guys got in, not an argument,
No,
but
just
you
a
guys
big
did not.
debate.
You guys picked sides. Let's just say
I
that.
was passionate.
Yes,
about my
I-
it was very
I
passionate.
was laughing at work.
On the
listening to it.
drive here, I was contemplating like
I
the
knew
first thing
I knew
was
he was
say.
gonna bring
Yeah.
it up at one point. I was like, it's gonna get brought up.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully just skip over it.
It's like
No.
the first thought, like when you started, like
Avatar.
no, like literally, is like you're gonna do your intro, and I'm like, all right, so we're gonna talk about Avatar again, or like immediately, I was already thinking about it.
Well, the funny thing is, was I was
been
possibly
waiting
gonna
for
bring
my-
up Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I knew it was gonna go into something and be like, actually, Avatar 2 is just ass.
Yeah.
Terrible movie.
I've been waiting for my opening, and just there it was.
That's the only thing he's gonna bring up every time he comes on. Next live stream, if he's on, he's like,
Yep.
guys, have you seen Avatar 2? It's the worst movie made in the past
I hate
10
it, dude.
years.
So bad.
I'm gonna put up a sign, like in here on your wall.
You
That way you
just-
have to live with it.
I don't know. I mean, we haven't mentioned it on the podcast. I guess we kind of can. We actually plan on doing a new setup for the studio once we hit our 2-year mark. And our plan is to hopefully have Josh build us some of his stuff. Possibly, like, probably going to do like a desk table setup down the center. And then change our logo, change our name, do all this stuff. Because we've talked about it once we got started. We were like, how about we just do it at 2 year? Gives us a deadline to work towards. And then possibly change the studio that would fit.
Let me tell you how much I like the sound of a table.
Yeah, it'd be nice,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, we'll turn it into Rogan.
Fuck you, Riley.
He's over here like, he
What
doesn't
the
have
fuck?
to hold it. He doesn't have to hold
So
it.
you don't have to hold yours. That's why.
Do you know how many episodes I did without a stand and I'm just holding
Yeah.
the microphone?
It's your fucking show.
I
That's
know,
your
I know.
decision.
I'm just saying, like that. I was doing that for I don't know how many episodes after mine broke. It wasn't even that. It's
Yeah.
this broke.
Fuck you. I'm the guest. I should be the one sitting there.
Well, hey, eventually we'll have a table. We won't have to worry about it. But no, so
You're
our plan-
that pissed. We can move. God damn.
just move in the middle of the episode and be like, all right, I feel better now.
I will enjoy bitching about it more than the satisfaction of not.
I know you will.
I know.
That's why I have to like put it out there if
yeah,
you really
just
want
be
to.
like, I'll hand it over if you want.
You
it.
act like it's gonna stop me though.
Nah, no, I'm just saying I have to put it out there to make me feel better.
Okay. I'm glad we.
Yeah.
Good talk. I'm glad we understand each other.
But no, so the plan is to basically see if we make a logo, get a design, see if he can build the logo and like hang it in the middle of the wall, and then also just like, I mean, you've been out to Josh's stuff, you know all the different things he builds, and just kind of make this wall just a collage of different shit between some of the stuff he makes, maybe some like canvas posters and art that we like and stuff, and just put a bunch of shit on here eventually. So maybe we'll have a We Hate Avatar 2 flag or something.
Like wood grained, burned into something. Look
Yeah,
real nice.
he's like, don't worry, guys. I have something to add to the studio.
Oh my
He
God.
brings it 2 months from now. And we're like,
Saw that coming.
we'll just put it down here.
It's just gonna be like a shitty piece of canvas that I spray paint really badly.
Avatar 2, no.
I was gonna say, no, it's just gonna be Avatar and it's gonna be the red.
Yeah,
circle.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrible.
No
We'll
words.
just sign
that.
Kelvin on the bottom.
This would be the only part of it that's like halfway decent.
Yeah, it's gonna spend most of the time just writing his name on it perfectly. Just
Yeah.
like we know. We know who it is.
Your last name too,
Oh well, yeah.
because everybody needs to know.
Yeah,
Everybody needs to know.
everybody needs to know that name.
Yeah, that is my sole purpose in life is to bring awareness to how trash I think that movie is.
Well, did you?
That's why I became airborne, so I can now do
Oh.
it with a banner.
Oh, that makes
So I
sense. Yeah,
can
next
fly,
time you're gonna
yeah.
fly a flag.
Yeah.
Like-
Just behind me the whole time.
Avatar.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just gonna start doing. He's gonna start skydiving just to fly the flag more
Yeah.
often. Just be like, yeah, everybody that sees this is terrible, terrible movie. Then the next one comes out and he has to update the flag.
This is like really fucked, but immediately in my head I was just like, yeah, you're fucking parachuting into a foreign nation, bringing awareness. Like, fucking jumping into the
you
Middle
send it
East
to
for some
Ukraine, be
shit.
like, you guys might need this.
I'm just saying, like, U.S. doing operations in the Middle East or some shit again.
Oh
There's just
my
this one
gosh.
fucking dude flying down with an Avatar 2 sucks on his back. Nobody there speaks
Yeah,
English.
what-
Just what the fuck is this?
What is that?
I'm
No.
sure that'd look great.
Did,
Oh yeah.
did you watch Avatar: The Last Airbender when you were younger?
Yeah, I've seen bits and pieces of
Okay,
it. Not like
okay.
religiously though.
Okay. Well, they're making a remake that's coming out this week. And
They're
me and Riley's been
remaking it?
looking. Yeah, it's so Netflix
Oh,
bought the rights and they're making a live action TV show.
Oh god.
So it's gonna be kind of like a Game of Thrones, like 8 to 10 episodes a season, but they're gonna be like 45 minutes to an hour long. But it comes out I think Thursday.
Yep.
Me and Riley have been looking forward to it for like.
The trailer does look good.
It looks good. I don't know if you, since you didn't watch it religiously, you probably never saw the Avatar movie they tried doing for
The
it.
movie
Nope.
sucked.
Let's see. If we're talking about an Avatar that sucked, that's bad. Like especially if you're a fan of the show, it is a lot worse for you. If you're just someone that's never seen it, you're probably like, oh, this is cool. But in all reality, it's ass.
No.
So
the
we're
movie's
looking forward
so,
to
so bad.
the remake. I hope it actually lives up to expectations.
Yeah. I'm not putting my expectations too high, but I'm
I'm trying not to.
I'm
But I
not.
mean, I've been kind of anticipating this for like 3 years when it first got talked about.
It's gonna be soul crushing then.
No, he's gonna watch it just to come on next time. And
just
be
to
like,
criticize it.
yeah,
Just
show
to make sure
sucks.
that my shit talking is more accurate.
Yeah, and it's always Avatar. It doesn't matter what it is.
Any movie or anything with Avatar. he
Yeah.
I
hates.
wasn't against the show.
Yeah, did
The
you like
show was-
the show?
TV show?
Yeah, I just never really.
Got into it.
That
Yeah.
makes sense. I
But
watched it when I was younger,
Mm.
so
Say I can say that about like every fucking TV show I've ever watched.
Yeah, you're like, I've seen a couple episodes. That's
yeah,
about
that's
it.
like literally 90% of me with anything.
True. You're not much of a media consumer.
No, the same thing with music too.
Yeah, you barely listen to music. You don't listen to podcasts.
No, I listen to a lot of music. I just
Oh.
listen to like 4 or 5 songs from each artist. I don't listen to one artist's entire thing.
Okay, well, I can kind of agree to that because there's definitely some artists I don't like listen to everything by any means.
Yeah,
There's
no,
really
but for
a
me,
handful
it's
of songs.
literally every fucking artist.
You don't have like one artist that you're
No, that I've heard like an entire album. No.
like even NF
Yeah.
that we're gonna be going to in
Yeah.
2 months. Are you going to listen to the album before
No.
we go? Okay.
Maybe like, I don't know the song.
No,
Next song comes
yeah.
on.
I'm
Hey,
just
I
gonna-
know this song.
I'm just gonna keep listening to like the 4 or 5 songs that I do know.
Or any of them from the new album?
I don't know.
Probably not.
I
It's
don't know
probably
what
just like
albums
his
they're
5
from.
most like popular songs.
Probably.
I mean, and some of those are probably gonna get played, but still, we're just gonna be sitting there, and Kelvin's like, "This is good, but I don't know it."
I'm just going for the vibes. Same reason
Hey.
I go to any concert.
Fair enough.
Well, that's fair. I thought you actually listened to him, especially when you were like, "Let's do it, boys trip. We'll get a hotel room." And so I was like, "Oh shit, I didn't realize you like was an NF fan."
No, yeah, I am. In the same way I'm an every other music person fan. I have 4 or 5 songs.
You're like,
really
I know the
like
guy.
them.
I know a couple songs. I like
Yeah.
him. Cool.
I do.
It's fair. Yeah.
Like every other music
Post
artist I
Malone
listen
though, I
to.
feel like you knew a lot more. That one was
I might have known 6
Yeah.
songs, yeah.
instead of 4, you know, you upped it a couple.
There were definitely like a handful of songs, at a minimum a handful of songs that I was hearing for the first time that evening.
None of them were really new either. That's
I-
what's so sad.
I
him
wasn't
saying
there,
it. Yeah,
so-
that's what's so sad when him saying it. It wasn't. Well, it was a tour, but I don't. That wasn't when his album came out, because his album came out like the next summer that we went. So yeah, it was just old hits, and he's.
Hey.
I don't know what you want from me.
Oh no. Okay. Well, that's.
Dude, we went to the MGK concert. You want to know how many songs he played that I knew? 1. Yeah, 1.
Which one was it?
Bloody Valentine.
Yeah,
my
yeah, that's fair.
gosh.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that makes sense. That does.
That was the only song from that concert I knew.
Makes sense. He wasn't singing at all. He just standing there, just
So
vibing. the whole
I was
time.
just vibing
Yeah, it was.
and watching
good.
you get declined from buying alcohol.
Yeah, that did happen. Yeah. that-
Wow.
license was expired.
Actually,
Oh, that's
We went
actually...
up, and they didn't buy me anything. And even said he would. He's like, "I'll go up there." He never went up there and bought me a drink. I was like, "All right, well, I'll just we'll enjoy it."
okay, I said I'll go buy you something, but we have to do it later because obviously they wouldn't let you buy more than 1 drink,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I was already buying my 1 drink,
Yeah.
which wasn't even for me.
Yeah. True.
But
Oh.
I was like, okay, well, the person I was buying it for is 21. Don't fucking.
No, I was not going there at all.
Why?
What the hell?
It was for my girlfriend at the time.
Damn.
But we judgmental bitch.
I wasn't being judgmental. What the fuck?
Damn.
Anyways, so anyways, I was like, hey, we'll come back and I'll get you something later. But like, obviously, I can't do it now. Because now the lady is like suspicious as fuck. And so like, even if I hand you this drink, it looks suspicious as fuck, and we'll
Yeah.
get kicked out. So I went back to the seats.
Yeah,
we were
yeah.
in the lawn,
Yeah,
Right.
of course.
and then we just never left. We just never went back.
Yeah. Honestly, I think the whole reason you went to the Post Malone concert was between the seat tickets and you wanted to see him break his ribs again.
What would lead you
Yeah.
to believe? I never said shit
yeah.
about that.
I don't know. It happened recently, so you don't know much of his music. You're like, I want to go see if he
You
falls through
guys
the
explained to
stage.
me that he broke his ribs like on the way there.
Oh, I thought you knew at the time.
No.
Now you're being judgmental.
Yeah.
Do
wrong
you
with
know
you
who we're
two?
talking about though? Like, come on, it's fair game.
I ain't done shit to y'all.
I didn't do shit to you, and you started yelling at me.
I was just
2
saying,
seconds
I did
ago.
judge you jumping shit, but
Literally.
All
2
I said
minutes
was, "Oh,"
ago.
and
He's like, don't you dare.
it's a very judgmental. Oh,
sorry. Okay, just keep my mouth shut.
So what even was the last movie you've actually watched besides, I guess now when you went jumping, because you're just not much of a movie guy. I mean, I have to admit, like the first time I'd been to the theater in a while was to watch The Machine. And that was
that was the last time I probably went to the movie theaters. Was to see The Machine. But I think the last movie I would have seen would have been Oppenheimer.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, I forgot you went and saw that. I still haven't seen it.
Me either, actually.
We talked about it. Did we talk about it on the pod? Yeah, we did.
I think we
did
did.
talk about it. Yeah, I need to watch that.
It's a good movie. I don't know what it's available on. I don't remember what I
I
watched.
think it's on Peacock.
Okay.
Well, you guys aren't in your 30s, so I doubt you have that.
I actually do. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn, that joke didn't land.
He's a 30-year-old man in a 19-year-old body. It's all right.
Hey, the TED TV show is on it. Okay,
yeah,
so I had to
he's
get
been
I was
watching
watching
recently.
it.
I've seen a lot of bits of that.
It's
So
funny,
we were
dude.
just talking about it. The only one I've seen that I think was even part of like a teaser for the show. Either that or it might have been like an Instagram reel, and it was when he was in the he was at a church and they're sitting there talking and he's like, "Am I God? Because I was miraculously alive during a shiny falling star," and they're like, "Different. I don't know what you're talking about." He's like, "I'm Jesus."
Yep.
He's like, "Miraculous birth," and like all this stuff, and I can't remember what else he started saying, but he's like, "Yeah, but Christ's message was for the world to love him," and he just sits there and like presses his speaker, and it just says, "I love you," and he's like, and the pastor's just like, "Get him out of here."
Fuck, he's making a lot of good points.
Religion's changing.
The funny thing is, that happened on for like 2 episodes. Like, he thought he was God.
Oh, that was actually a whole
It's
story.
like,
Oh,
funny.
yeah. Oh,
That's
yeah.
funny. I saw the clip of them like playing Battleship, and then I saw an interview with the child actor.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I'd even call him a child actor. I don't know how old he is, but I would imagine he's a late teenager from.
Yeah.
But
Probably.
I saw an interview of him talking about playing that role. Those are like the only really things of it I've seen. But even still, it looks pretty funny.
It was
I
pretty
enjoyed
funny.
the movie, so.
No, yeah, the movies are outrageous, but that's why they're great.
Yeah.
I hope I'm looking forward to when and if like Bert Kreischer and Tom's movie ever comes out, where it's called Fat Astronaut.
I was gonna say the astronaut movie.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, I think they told him like, "Can you guys gain weight again?" Because you've both lost a lot of weight over the past couple years. Definitely more Tom than Bert, but Bert's started to because he kind of had a damn it, what is it called?
Heart attack.
No.
I mean,
Close. No, I almost said intermission, but that's not what it is.
Intervention.
Intervention. That's what it is. Yeah. Basically everybody's just like last year.
he's giving you that stare.
I don't know. I've
Yeah.
never heard of an intervention for being overweight.
Practically, because they're like, dude, you were drinking way too much. You
Oh,
look
so
like
it's for
shit.
being an
Yeah.
alcoholic.
But it was all of
Okay,
it. It was
gotcha.
basically between that. You gained a lot of weight. Like the start of the year, they're like, bro, you ballooned.
That's weird as fuck.
I mean, you've probably heard of like Sober October from them, which was started on Rogan, and the whole reason Rogan and them started to do it was because they were like, Bert's kind of getting like a little out of control. Let's see if we can dial him in just for 1 month. Be like, Sober October, no drinking, no smoking, no nothing. We're gonna like work out and do this shit. And that was like the whole reason it started was because they were like, Bert might die.
I've only heard of people like giving up alcohol in January. I've never heard of the October shit.
Yeah, that was just something like Rogan and a few people do. But yeah, they basically did that
good for
because
them.
of that. But no, I'm looking forward to that movie if that ever comes out because, I mean, it's gonna be outrageous. It 100% is.
All I can think of though is I've seen it, but I've seen the clip of the podcast where they're starting the podcast, and he's got like one of those big ass fucking water bottles,
Yep.
but it's full of Kool-Aid.
Yeah. Yeah. That
I don't know,
clip
man. I feel like 64 ounces of Kool-Aid is more dangerous than like a handful of beers. I'm gonna be completely honest with you.
And I think the thing is he put too many packets in it because he really liked the taste.
Yeah, like I genuinely feel like that's more detrimental. Like I feel like you could
not
have a
healthy.
6
You know
pack
how
a
much
day.
sugar is like,
Yeah.
like Tom is just dying because
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, I have like 3 of these a day. What? Tom's just over there like just crackling because
That's
believe
gonna
it.
kill you faster than like a 6 pack a day would.
That was like one of the first clips that kind of blew up their podcast because they only started it, I think, during the pandemic.
Also, I feel
And-
so I've been sitting here drinking on this.
Yeah.
This is like that fucking what's it called? It's one of the vitamin water bullshit.
Oh, okay. So it's not soda.
No, it's not
Okay,
pop.
okay, cool.
It's not fucking 64 ounces of Monster. It's Sobe. It's that one.
Sobe. I don't think I've ever had that one.
I don't know. It says it's 0 calories, so I got that one, which I know this isn't.
Cool.
There's no way 64 ounces of flavored water doesn't have something in it.
You would think it would. Did you guys ever hear about that like Blitz lemonade or whatever it was at Panera.
Yeah,
Bread
dude,
that killed like 3
killing
people.
people.
Yep, I've had it.
Yeah, dude, I never got to try that. I feel left out.
I've had it. It was.
I think it's still there.
was
They
strong,
never
dude.
never removed it.
I heard they did.
They just put like warning labels.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
No, y'all want to go to Panera?
Because I think it's like, I think you do like the math, and for like a large cup, which 24 ounces plus was like 300 or 400 milligrams.
Yeah, I
of
thought it was
caffeine
like
or
300
something.
milligrams, and then people were having like 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, dude, it was.
Then a guy died from a heart attack drinking it. It's like, holy shit.
That's
like,
what I feel about like the Gatorade energy drink they have.
I think so.
I don't think I've had it.
I think I know which ones you're talking about though.
It has like an F symbol on it. I forget exactly what
Okay,
it's called, but like that has 200 milligrams of caffeine.
is that a lot?
It's a
For
decent amount. Yeah.
it's a lot for a container like this big. And this.
I mean,
way.
I drink Reigns and
No, I mean
Bangs.
it's
Those are 300.
Well,
yeah,
the
but-
Bangs are 300.
these hydrate you, so they don't even taste like.
Oh, so it's like one of those inconspicuous ones. That
Yeah.
Would you say that
realize
like
it.
an energy drink has like a bad taste to it?
No, I'm just
No,
saying.
but you just wouldn't realize it was a
You can-
caffeinated beverage.
Yeah,
And I
like,
think that was the issue with like the lemonade because most people were like,
Nobody
oh,
knew how
lemonade,
much caffeine
cool.
was in
Yeah.
it. That was the problem. Nobody knew.
Yeah, exactly. Where they didn't know it was caffeinated at all, and they're just like,
like
"This is
this
really good
literally
lemonade."
tastes like a Gatorade that's just a different flavor.
Yeah, you just did. Yeah,
like a strawberry watermelon Gatorade.
I think that was part of the issue. They just didn't have it labeled. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
by the way,
See, that's the thing though. To say like, oh, it's 200 milligrams, but it's in a bottle like yay big or something, is like, I don't really think like the bottle size. Like, as long as you stick to like the serving sizes. That's the
well, I
important
mean,
part.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I feel like if somebody had too many of those, because they definitely could.
without
regret.
Oh,
thinking about it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if someone grabbed it and was like, "Oh, Gatorade,"
Yeah, exactly.
just drink 3 of them one day. They're just
Yeah.
running around.
Yeah, but I feel like at that point too, though, it's just like then you gotta go buy that package.
True.
Whereas if you're already drinking like lemonade, and
You
you're like,
should
oh shit,
know.
this tastes good.
Yeah.
And you just go up get a refill.
Yeah, right.
Like I definitely.
I happened to see a TikTok the other day. Have you ever messed with this? The military gum that has like 300 or 200 milligrams of caffeine that they supposedly give out on like MREs to help keep people awake.
Yeah, see, everybody says shit about the gum, but I'll be honest with you, I have no idea what's in that thing.
Really?
I've actually had some.
Really? Okay.
They-
I saw this guy. He's like, I tried it once. I think I noticed something. I'm gonna chew like a shit ton for 7 days.
They were handing it
See how
out. Actually,
feels.
they're handing it out like at the Spartan races
Oh,
and
that
stuff.
makes sense.
And I
Spartan
actually had a piece, but I mean, to me, it tasted nasty.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So
That's
there's
military.
there's a red package and a white package that comes in the MREs, and the red package is like cinnamon,
Ugh.
and the
That's
white,
what I had.
Yeah, I can't stand that shit.
Nah, I
But
was
the
like,
clear,
people
the
that chew
clear
Red Hot-
package is just like mint.
People
I
that
didn't
buy
have
red
mint.
hot gum.
No.
Something's wrong with them. They're missing something in their head.
If you don't chew red hot, then fuck you.
You don't chew red hot.
No, I don't, but I just love Talladega Nights.
what?
Oh, my bad. No, if you don't chew big red, that's the quote.
Yeah.
That's my bad.
Random references and he gets them wrong.
Maybe we're going to judge you now.
Yeah.
Okay,
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Get it right.
my bad. I'll do better.
I'll
You
do
better.
Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. Dude,
Don't chew big red, then fuck you. Fuck, I don't remember what I was gonna look up now.
I don't know either.
I almost typed in Talladega Nights.
Just starts watching the movie.
Don't try me, I will.
No, dude.
I have seen that movie.
He has 2
beginning to end
movies he needs to
several
finish.
times.
Yeah, true. I'm looking forward to. So, Bert and Tom actually just released a vodka. I'm looking forward to
Yeah,
that.
you showed me that.
Yeah,
Of course they did.
It's well, it makes sense. Like, why not? But what is it called? It's like Por Dos Oros or something. 2 bears. So it makes sense. Good branding. I'm looking forward to it. It looks nice. They got pretty messed up on their announcement podcast. Just drinking it the whole time. But they're like,
Really?
we're blitzed.
Oh, that's funny.
No, that podcast can be ridiculous. It's probably one of
I
my
haven't
favorites
listened to
because
it,
of that.
so
Oh man, some of those episodes. I mean, so since you don't listen to it, you probably don't know that at one point for I think it was Bert's birthday, Tom got him 2 gifts. One was he said the 2 things you love the most. One was a statue of himself. It was like one of those like shoulder up headpiece statues, like bronze statues that he had
hell
made.
yeah.
And then the other one was the 2 things you love the most: yourself and Hitler. And he tracked down and bought Hitler's genuine teacup from 1942 that he had at one of his vacation houses that like he was using.
What do you mean you can just buy that?
Oh,
Yeah,
it was like he had to go black market. He had to like go to some people and like get it, pay it cash, like all sorts of random shit. And there was actual like
sketchiest thing I've ever heard in my life.
100%. And it was like the person had basically like proof to like who it was handed down to since, and like the original person that had it like worked there or like worked at the house as like a maid. And
sounds like a good way to end up on a watch list.
Yeah, that's
100%.
I'm not sure.
Like, this is
That's
terrible.
very
I'm
true.
not sure which one,
He's like,
but I feel like you get on one.
He's like, I've had so many people ask me about Hitler's teacup, and I hate it.
You guys,
Oh, really?
Between
guys
that
said
and
it.
then like when Tom's not on the podcast, like he'll do something. Sorry, not Tom. When Bert's not on the podcast, Tom will like introduce it and be like, "So we don't have Bert today. He's getting a liver transplant, and like all this stuff. Where he's type 2 diabetes and he's lost his foot. It's just like random shit.
So here's
that
his
people
teacup in
believe
his
it.
place.
No, like they'll have a guest, but like people will genuinely believe this stuff. So people will ask him about it and be like, "Oh yeah, I struggle with type 2 diabetes too." And Bert's like, "This fucking sucks."
Oh my god.
Have you guys seen the memes that have come out in after the Super Bowl about a certain commercial?
What?
Yeah, which one?
Yeah.
A certain Volkswagen commercial.
Volkswagen commercial. I'm trying. Did we watch it? I don't.
We watched the Super Bowl.
I know, but like
So-
I don't recall a Volkswagen commercial. What happened?
I'm
to
trying to think.
So the
Don't
Volkswagen
remember.
commercial wasn't. It was a nice commercial.
Okay.
You know, it was talking about like their like their long history.
Okay,
And
so
it
it was
was-
just a normal commercial.
It was a
but
normal commercial.
Okay, so now I get.
And
okay.
it shows like their cars from like their most popular cars.
over the decades.
Yeah, like
Oh,
over
yeah?
the decades,
Okay.
and talking about their hinge and all
Uh-huh.
sorts of shit. And then the meme is basically just like, hey, Volkswagen, couldn't help but notice that your first car was from the 1950s in your commercial. What about your first car?
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, what about that one? So people were poking a little bit of fun.
Oh yeah, because they didn't Volkswagen basically.
Hitler started Volkswagen.
Yeah, I was gonna say I knew it was
Yes.
like in the 30s and stuff.
No,
I didn't know
Hitler
what it was.
started Volkswagen.
I didn't
So
know that. I knew it was.
I
I
didn't know
German
that
company.
either.
Like
So
Okay,
I mean,
I-
like Bayer, that's a German company
You're-
that was like initially used during World War II, and they would do experiments on Jewish women.
oh yeah, to be
and
fair,
stuff.
Volkswagen didn't do any sketchy shit.
Yeah,
all right.
And
Besides maybe
Hitler
build
didn't
stuff.
start Volkswagen.
yeah,
But it was his program that he initiated
that allowed the company to form pretty much.
that started it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the commercial is just like, what about your 1940s cars? This is poking a little. It was a
yeah.
really good commercial. They didn't do anything wrong with the commercial. But
That is the funny thing is like they just all these different companies that are very large name brand, and it's like, when did you guys start?
Yeah.
don't ask where half of your medicine comes from.
Yeah, right. You're like,
That's
what's the
fair.
origins of this company? Like, I thought Bayer was a U.S. company until recently. And I was like, oh,
Certain medical procedures,
yep, yeah.
Mm.
like the
World
stuff,
War II.
the stuff
A lot of
that
information
doctors
we
know
have.
how to do today. A lot of it
Because,
stems from some really dark places that we
Germany
don't like
and
to talk
Japan.
about.
There's a lot of messed up shit.
Yeah.
A lot of people benefited from it.
Oh yeah, that's how we.
Even today. It's much like your iPhone here. Just don't ask about the conditions that it came from.
Yeah, cobalt mines.
Just
Basically,
don't
slavery in Africa.
ask. Period.
Yep.
Don't think about it.
Just move on. Just gonna keep talking about the shitty things and then act like it's not my problem. Tragic.
Oh man. So Kelvin,
I
since,
found the meme.
oh,
I found it.
Wait.
should we
my.
answer it?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Show the cameras that one.
I love how he's like, I got proof. let me track it
I
down.
love how it's just a duck.
I've been
Yeah.
chuckling. I've been chuckling about that one for like ever since I've seen
I love how you two during the Super Bowl were sitting there like just pulling up memes that were already created. You're like, look at this.
Oh, dude, they were fucking working on that shit fast.
That was funny.
Yeah, sorry, we were more like talking about the game and what was happening than just our new gambling addiction.
I lost all my money.
Yeah, we noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like since like actually.
Oh, okay, cool.
I might have fucked him up.
Yeah, I did a lot of NBA bets. Not a single one hit.
No, one did.
One, but yeah, I went from breaking even on the night of the Super Bowl to
You
nothing.
broke even that night?
Yeah,
That's insane. I didn't
Yeah.
even know that.
yeah, I broke even, and then
Well, the
by
Pacers.
the end of the week it was all gone.
The Pacers just did fucking terrible.
Yeah, no, he's
And
over here like, dude, Pacers are gonna win. You should bet on them.
They would have won.
And
They,
they
I don't
lost
know
by
how
10.
Who'd they play?
they played the freaking Hornets, dude. But Seth Curry just freaking dropped like 26 points on him. I was like, okay, well, fuck.
Yeah, I was like, well, there went $35.
He just got traded like the week before too, so I was like, there's no way he's gonna like just drop. He's not even comfortable or anything. But no, okay, it's in his blood.
So you were on in November. Now that we're obviously into 2024, do you have any plans for the year? You think anything big?
Me?
Yeah,
Shit, dude. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing tomorrow.
probably working.
Probably.
Yeah.
But that's still negotiable.
Oh, okay. He's gonna be out on the golf course. He's gonna take a day.
I wish I could just do maybe I'll work tomorrow. I don't know.
I don't exactly have that choice. I'm about to
No.
risk it all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know those mornings where you just wake up, stare at the ceiling, you're just like, fuck it, today's the day. Not going in.
That only happens on Saturdays for me sometimes. It happened last weekend. Went to bed late, woke up, and I was like, I was like, how bad do I want to go in? I don't. It just didn't.
I haven't done it yet. There have been many mornings where I sit there and I like seriously contemplate just calling out.
I think that's everybody though.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you can't.
100%.
It's not like the same as school. You can't bullshit your mom and be like, oh, I got a fever.
The problem is that like my company though, they give us 5 personal days, which are specifically for like last minute shit like this. So
You don't want to waste them.
that's the thing. I don't want to waste them, but I do have the ability just to wake up one morning and decide I don't want to go to work,
It's fair.
and I'll get paid for that day.
Right.
So it's very tempting some days.
Oh, I bet. Until he runs out and then he's like, damn it.
That's the only reason why I don't.
Yeah.
I haven't used any. I have
Yeah.
not done that, but fuck.
Not yet.
So I'm guessing your only main goal for this year that I'm thinking is break 100 on golf.
Fuck, dude, that's negotiable too.
Nah, you got it.
I'm trying not to throw out my back this year.
I don't feel like you ever did.
It hurt for a bit.
Okay, we got to try to get both of you to break 100 for sure this year. It's possible.
I'm gonna try and end the year with the same amount of golf balls. How about that?
I ended the year with more golf balls.
I did too.
I
Yeah.
didn't.
Well, you just weren't out as much.
When I was out, I lost like 4.
I was say, but I'm feeling
That
froggy
sounds
this year. I'm gonna be swinging for the fences every time.
Like, dude, literally the last couple games of the season, I don't think you were there. Me, Freddie, and Josh just spent 30 minutes going through the ditch, just picking up
No,
balls,
but you guys
tossing
told me.
them
You
up.
guys told me about that.
Yeah, we were literally on the golf course for like 5 hours, and probably 45 minutes of that time was golf ball searching.
Wasn't that tripods?
No, that was at Tipton.
Oh shit.
Dang.
Yeah, so we're just sitting here, just searching with the ball grabber, just using it.
I think me and Freddie went there, and he told me that he was there the week prior, and he found a bunch.
Mhm.
And then me and him went, and we found like
None.
10 each.
Yeah, like at one point, so me and Freddie went for our first round last week, and there was just like a random ball, and we were like, oh, I think those guys behind us hit over here. It was like on our tee box, and we just didn't know. I think it was before we got there, and we ended up playing through, forgot to pick it up, came back, and Freddie saw it, and instead of, I don't know, picking it up and using it or throwing it in the cart, he just tosses it in the pond. And me and Trez just look at him, we're like, what the hell was that? And he's like, oh, just a golf ball. And we're like, why the hell did you throw it in the pond? And Trez's wife's there, and he's like, she just said, oh, he'll come get it later this year when it dries up.
I can see that.
Like, he literally just nonchalant, like, picked it up, looked at it, just, eh.
See, that's the
I could have
problem,
used
too.
that. I wanted that ball.
I was like, there's gonna be one person who's actually good at golf watching this and be like, what the fuck do you mean you guys are picking up random balls and playing?
You're like, you don't buy a new pack of Callaways every
yeah,
week.
you guys don't buy a new pack.
Nah,
every time you
I don't
go?
have that money.
Nope.
I would say I'd go through like an entire fucking box in like 9 holes.
Yeah, I remember I got gifted some golf balls for my birthday last year.
They
I
didn't
don't think they
last
last
long.
a round.
They did not last long.
Really? Jeez.
It was only a 3-pack.
How long did those realty golf balls last?
One scramble. Those 12 balls.
12 balls? Alright, that's what I thought.
I think I had 2 left, but I lost 10 that day.
Dang.
That day.
That day.
Dang.
Yeah, within 3 hours.
Wow, I was bad.
Well, In my defense, we were playing a
Oh,
scramble.
I can't wait to hear this.
We were playing a scramble. So at one point, if your ball is in the grass, like it was one of those where there wasn't a bunch of hazards, but there was like some sections of tall grass where it's like, shit, my ball just ended up out there. We all hit our balls. We know who had the best shot. We're not spending time because we got other people cycling through the golf course because everybody's on a different hole. We can't spend time going through and searching for all the golf balls necessarily. So it's like, we got to move.
That's why when someone else is hitting, you're out there looking for yours.
Well, I get that, but at the same time, the amount of time it would have spent because I was not playing great. You got to realize that when we did this, and I even told Freddie, like, I was livid by the end of that game. Like, I gave up. I was done. I think it was literally the first hole we had one shot from me used. The rest of it was never me once. And,
Oh, wow.
Like, when we played that scramble, I mean, it was probably 2 months in, roughly. Like, it was maybe mid-June. So we hadn't been playing that long. So I just sucked. And so it was very discouraging that none of my balls got used, and then I also just had to leave this whole new pack basically that I had. I was like, well, somebody has some Remax balls eventually. They're Callaways.
I saw Steven at Walmart yesterday.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I saw Parts Jesus at Walmart,
Oh boy.
and I told him that he has to come play with us this year.
Oh, for sure. I think honestly at one point we should just take like whatever we go out, just like one Sunday be like, all right, we're just playing a scramble. Like,
We
why
just,
not?
we just need to get the entire store to take the day off.
or that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it would be
Nobody
fun
call
to
out, just don't show up.
get a group and play like a 2-team scramble. Like if we get 6
I
people.
don't know about that one,
I
but
feel like that'd be fun.
Let the intrusive thoughts win.
oh gosh, my supervisor would be so pissed at
No,
me.
we just gotta call off one day and then we'll go on a golf trip.
I'll be fine with that.
Yeah. I mean, hey, I'll be down to take a 3-day weekend trip.
That's
Go
the thing.
somewhere
I
and
only
play
get a
some golf.
week off in total.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, you get screwed.
Nobody gives me PTO.
How
No.
long you work there?
I worked there for a year, but
How
it's
long do you
not
have to work there for 2?
nothing.
What?
We only get a week. Yeah, unless something happens and you get a few months off if you need to, like your back goes out or something.
So you just gotta start forging death certificates?
No, not technically, but
My grandma died. I gotta get off.
My distant uncle
yeah.
in Transylvania.
I did get a week off though when I got that wreck, but
Oh.
but I got paid. So
That's fair.
So you just have to wreck one truck every year.
yeah,
Was that
well,
your
I don't
work
think they
vehicle,
would.
or
It was
you-
my work
okay,
truck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't realize you were off that week.
I was off that entire week because the test results didn't come until like
Oh.
Thursday,
Okay. That's weird.
and then my supervisor was like, "I'm not going to let you drive all the way here just for a Friday and then come back. You just come back Monday. I'll pay you for the whole week." I was like, "Okay."
Cool.
Test results for fucking what?
Drug test.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I'd be down. You guys want to do a scramble this year? Get like 6 people. Do
I'm down.
two-person scramble.
I'm sure we'll probably end up doing something.
So what is it?
like
Just
that.
closest to?
No,
You
like
just
the whole
pick
what?
whichever
Yeah,
ball you want to play.
basically, yeah. You have 2 people. You have a team. You both hit. Whoever has the best shot, you'll just play from
So
there.
everybody's on the team.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's no real score like there is as a team, but you're not playing individually.
Okay, that would be fun. Yeah.
I'd much rather do that than probably do an event, especially for your first time. And
Yeah.
You've never played Scramble yet either.
No, but I've played enough where I wouldn't care if it did.
Yeah, I mean it's not bad. The other one me and Freddie went to that was rough just because they aerated the greens like it had to be that day before. It was like no putts. at
I
all
remember.
were
I
going.
still remember that one time when they were doing that to the fields,
Oh, yeah.
and I destroyed the tee box. It
You
was so
completely
bad.
wrecked the new one.
It's like just a big chunk going off. I'm like, oh fuck.
brand new tee box. And he's like, "Can we leave? Let's go." Let's
I was
move
the
on."
last guy, so I was like, yeah, let's go.
Paid your green fees, fuck it.
I only went 30 yards or something like that, so I was like, oh fuck.
Hell yeah.
You guys get in the golf carts that we walk.
I think our goal is to not either
Everybody
get
run.
hit or hit somebody this year. I feel like that's a pretty good golf goal.
Except for,
No, that'd be nice, but I ain't counting on it.
unless
Yeah,
you're
no,
Freddie.
you got some. You got some.
Whacked.
You got whacked. You need to get whacked. Right in the leg.
I didn't hit anybody, so
True.
I almost did twice.
Who?
Almost hit you guys.
Oh.
Remember that? I went
No.
inside the golf cart and bounced all around. Went
Oh,
out.
yeah,
Remember
yeah,
that?
You did. That was with me and Josh.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, yeah, he about took us out twice.
Yeah.
Like literally, I was in the golf cart and he hit the back fender, because I just sat
Oh,
there and
yeah.
I was like, I don't know where it is, and it literally hit like 3 feet behind me in the golf cart.
I might be
Yeah.
willing to risk it for the biscuit next weekend
Oh yeah.
playing golf.
All right.
It'll be a little chilly, but according to this,
Oh no.
It'll look nice.
Yeah, Trez about hit me. Like, I was sitting there at my ball. I was like, hey, I found it. Like, yeah. And he smacked it, and it's coming, like, straight at me. And I just, I booked it across the green, and I just run across the fairway. And basically, yeah, he was heading straight for me. It probably wouldn't have hit me. It went past where my ball was. But I was like, I'm not risking it. I'm out. Just sprinting across the fairway, trying not to get smacked by a golf ball. Is he looking up more memes?
Oh, wow, yeah.
No, that's this is Homeboy, right? So I was just looking.
Yeah.
I was looking through the weather forecast, and then it reminded me that this is Homeboy right before he fell out of the fucking sky.
Oh.
That's the
That's the guy who fell out of the sky.
Oh.
Because the part I don't think I mentioned this part. My mom watched that happen.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, you didn't. Yeah, you never mentioned that.
Nope.
Yeah, my mom literally watched that dude plummet out of the sky.
Dang.
She's like, I hope that's not my kid.
Oh,
or were
yeah.
you already there?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Oh, I bet you were
She
scared.
watched that happen, and then I showed up like half an hour later.
Dang.
And so she has no contact with me. She has no idea when I'm coming. If I'm coming.
I bet she
Oh,
was
no.
scared.
Oh, dude, she was. Yeah.
She was sweating. She was sitting there sweating bullets like,
Yeah.
oh no.
I knew. I could kind of tell the mood she was in. So when I seen her, I walked over to give her a hug. I immediately knew. I was like, oh yeah, she was
a little
she was
shook up.
shooketh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like where the rendezvous point was, there's actually like a family viewing area for families coming to the graduation. So my mom saw like my last 3 jumps. And yeah, she saw No, that was the second one.
Okay, like imagine it's the first one. She's like, "What is happening here?"
Yeah, no, that was the second one. So, but then it wasn't until, so that was the second one. So that was the night jump we did. So, I found out the next morning that Homeboy was okay.
Yeah.
But by that time,
Nobody.
like, I'd already left the barracks, and I couldn't tell her that like, hey, like that scary thing you saw yesterday was like nothing. Guy's fine, completely fine.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell her that until like 9:40 at night when I finally did my final jump and got to the rendezvous point. So like basically for like 24 hours she was under the impression that she just watched somebody like fucking die. And
What
she knew
sucked is if that guy's family was there.
she knew he wasn't dead, but like since everybody was like assuming the worst,
Yeah.
like the
makes
rumor
sense.
was that he broke his back.
I mean, dropping 50 feet. Yeah, you would.
And then being
assume.
completely unresponsive on the ground.
Dude, I just still can't believe he just was fine the next day.
Fucking
Yeah.
completely
When
fine.
you told me that was wild.
Fucking literally walked it off. But it was the thing. So it was like the people who got hurt, we asked them what happened. They were like panicked, reached for the ground, broke my leg. And we asked that dude. He's like, what happened? He's like, fucking fighting that thing to the ground. And he's like, but I tensed up once I knew he got close. And I was like, you had your feet and knees together? He goes, oh, I know I did. So he's like, he hit the ground and rolled. And so like,
smacked his head.
that's why he bruised his shoulder because you're supposed to roll off the muscle.
Mm-hmm.
But he was like fighting his fucking shit. So he landed right on his shoulder and then bounced his head right off the ground.
Dang.
So he knocked himself out really good. He had a nice concussion. So even the next day, he was like, yeah, my head still hurts.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, fair enough.
Of course.
Like, you're allowed to bitch about that. I'll listen to you.
No, yeah, of course. I would.
Like, I will listen to you whine about how much your head hurts. That's fine. But, like, when he landed, he had his feet in the position he was supposed to land.
Okay.
Well, that's better than nothing.
Yeah. Oh, and so all he did was sprain his ankle after he just fell out of the fucking sky.
Sprainer's way better than anything else.
Yeah, and then you have people who have good parachutes the whole way in, but they're not landing right, so they broke their ankle.
Dang.
It builds a lot of confidence. Like, honestly, it made me feel better, though.
You're like, hopefully I bounce.
Well, no, so I was like, obviously, like, if I just keep doing what I'm supposed to do, and there's no way
Yeah.
I'm going to get hurt.
Yeah.
So if I come in with a good parachute and I have my fucking legs where they're supposed to be, I'm not getting hurt.
Yeah.
Because apparently
Just
you can
follow
fall
training.
50 feet out of the sky, and if you
still-
land right, you're going to get hurt, but not bad.
You're okay.
You're gonna walk-
You're not gonna die.
Yeah.
Basically.
You're not going to be in a cast either.
I mean, unless.
Yeah, imagine he
Don't
came
happen.
back. He's like, I passed, but on my last jump, I broke my ankle. And he just comes off the plane with a cast on.
See, that's the thing. If you jump your last jump, you break your ankles, you still graduate though.
Right.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Like literally, the requirement for your 5 jumps is you went out the door. That's like literally the requirement.
There's no other requirement besides that. They're like, all right, we
Yeah.
saw him.
It's like he jumped. That's 1. Like that's literally it.
Oh my gosh.
So if you land and just completely eat shit, like that jump still counts.
Well, at
So
least
they
that's nice.
they have to keep track of every single person.
Yes.
How many jumps they do.
Yes.
I can't remember how many people did you say initially started. I know it ended up being 400 that graduated. Right?
Just over 400 graduated. We started with like a little bit over 450.
Oh, okay. So for some reason I thought it was more, but
It was like 450 to 475, somewhere in that ballpark. But we had a bunch of people drop before we even got to jumping, and then I think we lost 20 people to jump week.
Wow.
But half of them were just people who woke up and had a come to Jesus moment and said, you know what, I'm not about this.
no, well, that's fair.
There was a handful of people, like not all of those 20 people were injuries.
Okay. Well, that
And
makes
then-
me feel a little better.
It's not for everybody.
No.
So.
And then not all of those 20 people, I don't know how many people just said no, but I think it was more injuries than it was like people who just, yeah. But let's just say it's like 12 people who got injured. Not all 12 of those dudes ended up in casts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little stuff.
Like a little sprain, you know, shit like that. I think I saw 3 people in casts.
That's not bad. Out of 500.
Yeah.
Round
that's,
up.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah. So I saw 3 people in casts, maybe 4 at a certain point. I was like, I don't know who half of these. There's so many people in the class that like even at graduation, I was like, I've never fucking seen you before in my life. But apparently
You've
we
been
just
here
did
this whole time?
we just did all this together. I've never fucking seen you before in my life.
That's how it is in a big high school. You're like, wait.
Yeah. I
So
was gonna say,
at a certain point, like when we're doing our accountability formation and shit, I'm looking over there. I'm like, I don't know if that was the same dude I saw hobbling along yesterday. So I don't know if that's 3 or 4, but regardless.
It's like I lost my tally.
Like we had one guy who he got pulled because they make you run to the airfield every morning,
Okay.
and they do that specifically for this reason, to see if anybody's limping.
Oh.
okay.
They make you run to see if anybody's trying to hide an injury.
Imagine that dude rolled his ankle right at the start of the
Oh
run.
shit.
That's why he gets pulled.
Oh.
So
It's like, I just rolled my ankle, I promise.
So we had
Nope.
one dude who was like, it was one of those situations where like he just kind of like landed a little hard. And he,
Shrugged it off.
He bruised, he shrugged it off, but he bruised up his knee. So we're running the next morning. He had a little bit of a hobble to him, so they pulled him.
Yeah. I mean, at least they did that.
No, and
Yeah.
it's not like a bad thing when that
No.
happens. It's like, hey, dude, I'm sorry. Like, I know you're determined. I know you want to go, but like, we're not gonna let you jump.
But I
Like-
mean, similar, but obviously a less extreme version of Hell Week when they just know some people are like, nah, we're pulling you out.
But even then, the whole reason why they're pulling you is to like, we're gonna get you to the hospital. We're gonna get you checked out. We're gonna see the extent of the injury, and we're gonna let you heal.
Yeah.
And then you'll just start jumping with whoever's jumping when the doctor clears you.
Mhm.
So if you got like a light sprain, or you got like you just banged up your knee or something, or your muscles or whatever, you know, it might just be like, hey man, we're just gonna have you like kind of help out for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then you'll jump in the next class, and it's like nothing ever happens.
Okay. So.
Makes sense.
So for most of those injuries, it was kind of just like those cases.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So.
It was just little shit where it's like, we're not going to have you jump again and get more hurt. We're going to let you get better. It's only going to take a week or 2. And then you're going to go jump again. So there was only like 3 or 4 people that like got hurt.
I guess
Gotcha.
that's good.
At least from my shitty
Yeah,
count.
by your group at least, roughly.
Yeah. So we had more people just quit than we had people who got like seriously hurt.
So that's a good
You're right.
ratio.
Yeah. So
All right, Riley, I'm gonna do the same thing I did to you with Brian. You don't know Kelvin as well as I do. Is there anything in particular you would like to ask him
No.
that you don't know?
I don't know, honestly.
it's a slippery slope.
I really don't have anything.
Now's
no.
your chance. Ask him anything. He must
I-
answer. No.
I don't really want to. Yeah.
That's classified.
He's scared.
Yeah. No, I really don't have much. I really don't.
Yeah, you just got a Polish English Florida man that's moved up to corn-fed Indiana. The easiest
Why
way
did
to
you
put it.
move?
Why did I move?
Yeah.
Tractors.
Why Indiana?
Tractors.
For him?
No, the tractors.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say
For
for
Bret.
Bret. I was like, you
No, I stumbled across this guy.
dumbass.
So-
He insulted me the first time I met him.
Actually, that is true.
Wait,
The first-
really?
Yeah, the first thing I ever said to Brett was me talking shit.
Yeah.
I don't
you
remember
say?
exactly.
And I was like,
what
I like
said.
this guy.
I don't even remember exactly what I said.
I don't either, but it was just he didn't know me, and I happened to be where he was working, and he just
Because you worked at
Fuck
Reynolds, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like, it wasn't polite what I said.
no.
Like it was like actually talking shit, not like an aggressive.
And
way,
you was
but,
like, I like this guy.
No,
Oh.
it was like after that he ended up moving to my location, and then we started to talk more there. And then I always thought at first I was like, this dude's like 27. Then I
yeah,
asked
you
him
told
one
me
day, and I was like, oh shit, we're the same age.
we were at an MGK concert.
No, honestly, that's
Yeah,
kinda what it
you
was.
were
It was
telling
That
me
was like
about
the
this.
first time we started talking. But the first thing I ever said to him was I was walking by the counter, and I don't remember exactly what I said, but it was literally something along the lines of like, "Who's this fucking guy?" Or like, "Who's this
Yeah.
fucking amateur rookie
Yeah.
wannabe?" Something like
Yeah,
that.
it's something
And
along those
then-
lines.
And then the guy who worked at the desk was like, "Oh, this is Bret. He's one of the new managers." I just go, "Well, there goes my career," and I walked out the door.
Yeah.
And that was the first thing I ever said to Bret.
Yeah. And then it was, oh, he's actually my age. And then it was probably 2 weeks later. It's like, I need somebody to go there to this concert. And I just happened to see him as I was leaving
We were
work.
leaving. We were walking through the parking
I'm
lot.
like,
I was
hey,
Like,
Kelvin.
you want to go to this concert in like 2 days? I was like, what?
Yeah, you telling me
Yeah,
about it. It's like,
I think it was
he's like,
literally the next
yeah,
guy.
my coworker's going with me, and he's bringing his girlfriend. I'm like, okay.
Oh, yeah, because, well, I was trying to get
Yeah.
you had to back out.
So this is all your fault.
It's your fault that we got to hang out with him
Yeah.
now.
Sorry.
Indirectly, this is all your fault.
I'm sorry.
But
And then
No,
we
so that's-
pure pressured into golf. And
I
everything
did submit to that one. But that was partially because I kind of wanted to, anyways. But no, the reason I moved to Indiana though, specifically, I moved up north because fuck Florida.
Fair enough.
But that's its own thing. Great for a vacation.
Yeah.
I love visiting. I love going down visiting my family. I
Yeah.
love visiting Florida.
I don't think I could live there.
I don't like living there. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, but it never gets cold down there. It's always hot." Say that again, and think about it. It's like, dude, it's like, oh, it's wintertime and it's like it's 92 degrees down there. I was like, yeah. What do you think it's like in July?
Nope.
They're like, you can go outside year round. No, you can't. It's the opposite. It's too fucking
Yeah.
hot in the summer. So you don't do shit in the summer.
And then also, like, my cousins live outside of Tampa, and it's like when they come up, they're like, it's freezing. I was like, it's 65. This feels amazing. What are
Yeah.
you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
Like, they're putting on sweaters and stuff.
I
and
remember
it's
one time I was
June.
in Florida, and it was like 65, and every store.
dude,
we're
we're
like
we're looking for
parkas, like Eskimos.
no
Yeah,
we're
selling
looking
blankets.
we're looking for t-shirts, and there's
What?
we go to because we're looking for t-shirts just to
T-shirts
chill.
are everywhere, but
No, we go to
Not
this-
when it's
sold out.
65
No,
degrees out.
exactly. When we go to the store, everything's just sweatshirts, and everybody's
Really?
buying sweatshirts, and we're like,
And long
we're-
sleeve shirts. And
yeah, we're like, where the fuck are t-shirts?
You're like, you guys are cold.
oh, dude, and they're like actually freezing, dude.
Like,
Like
You okay?
I'll
Like-
never forget being in class my like junior year of high school, and the girl that I sat next to had like long sleeve. Cause I asked her, she's literally walking around like puffed up with how many layers she's wearing, and like I'm like, how are you that cold? And she's like, I have like a long sleeve shirt on, a hoodie, a jacket, a blanket. She had like the fucking like goddamn snow fuzzy boots and shit. I think it was like Uggs, but like the fuzzy fucking ones the whole way. And she literally walked around all day long with this blanket over her, over this coat, over this hoodie, over these long sleeve shirts. I'm like, how the fuck are you not like boiling your
Sweating.
organs right now? Because I'm in shorts and a t-shirt. like,
and that's someone that's lived there, and he's
Yeah.
even like, you guys are weird.
like granted, I came from a cold place
Yeah, but
before I moved there,
still.
and then I was just like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And then there was some morning, like, everyone's like, oh, well, like, it's cold in the mornings. I'm like, yeah, it's cold most places when there's no sun.
Right.
Like, if you've been, I don't know if you guys have been to the desert, but it's 118 in the day and it's fucking 38 at night. Like,
Yeah.
the sun is kind of important.
Yeah, that's
So,
understandable. But
yeah.
like when my cousins came up and it's June and it's like, you know, the summer nights and temperatures starts to drop like 80, 90 during the day, depending.
Yeah.
And then it gets down to 70, 60 maybe on a colder night.
Right.
Well, like,
They're sitting here like, oh, well, we got to go get jackets. And I was like, are you okay? Like, I'm in the pool. Like,
so I
I'm
had,
Yeah.
not wearing anything. And I was like,
there were some winters, like, I remember, like, going to school in, like, January, February. And I go out to catch the bus in the morning, and it's, like, 38, 42 degrees outside. And so it's like, okay, like, that's cold.
yeah, that's cold.
That is
Yeah.
cold,
Reasonable.
Yeah.
right? But I'm still out there in shorts and a t-shirt.
Same. I was that kid
And-
too.
It's not because I was that fucking kid.
Yeah.
It's because by 9 o'clock,
It's hot.
it's going to be 75.
Yeah. For me, I was always hot in school. So most of the time I'd always wear shorts. And
And
I'd
it's-
have a hoodie because some classrooms were freezing for some reason. And then others weren't. And I was like, all right, I'm taking this off.
You
Like,
get to school and the fucking heater's on blast.
Yeah.
And so like, everyone's like, oh my God, you're so crazy. It's like, it's hot as fuck in here. Like, what the hell do you guys mean?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
85 in this classroom.
It's like, if you want to wear that shit outside first thing in the morning when it's 42
Makes
degrees
sense.
outside, yeah, that makes sense. They're like, oh, well, like, I'll just wear it all day. It is 9 a.m. and it's pushing 80. Like, the fuck
Nope.
do you mean?
Or it's the opposite, and it's like freaking hot outside, but it's freezing inside.
Yeah.
No. So, I got over Florida. I wanted to move where, like, it wasn't that shit. Since it gets old.
And then he went to the most bipolar weather
Right.
capital of the world, Indiana.
Instead
I
of
mean-
4 seasons, we have like 15.
Dude, but I've been to numerous places in this world. Like, more so than, like, I guess your average person, since I've been across Europe.
Oh, yeah.
I've been to the Caribbean. It's 6 o'clock, by the way. Like,
All right, we'll finish
like,
on
look,
this.
I've been to the Caribbean. I've been across Europe. I've been across, like, a handful of the states.
Mhm.
Like, I've been places.
Yeah.
I haven't been to a place yet where somebody doesn't bitch about the weather.
That's true. Everybody bitches about where they
Everybody
live.
bitches
Yeah.
that they
Yeah.
have the most bipolar weather, and that literally everywhere you go. Because the joke in Florida is if you
100%.
don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes, it'll change.
That's
the-
fair.
that's the
on the
joke
coastline, it changes a lot. It
Yeah.
does.
So,
Even
like-
being out in Oregon, it's like you start out in the morning. A couple times I've been out there. It's foggy, it's cold, and then by later on, like, and this is in March, and then
At least in
then it gets up
Indiana-
to like 60, and later it'll rain for 5 minutes and not,
Right.
and it'll be sunny. It's just random.
Everybody talks about the weather being so bipolar here, and it's like, oh, well, 1 week it's this, and the next week it's this. It's like, yes, but at least it's one thing for the whole fucking week.
Yeah,
Because
that's true.
I've lived in places where it is every fucking day.
True, but we have had those moments where it's like last Christmas, like not this year, but the Christmas before was -30 wind chill, like one of the
Yeah.
like coldest Decembers in a minute, and then the next week it was 60 degrees.
Yeah,
like,
I remember
than,
that.
Like less than 3 days, it was 60
It
degrees
makes
out, and it's
no
like,
sense.
and then everybody gets sick and everything
Yeah.
because
Well, we
changes.
we had
and
something like that this year too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
we
it's-
have. But, like, man, even if it goes, like, a couple of days, it's still not the most, like, unpredictable weather I've ever seen.
It's not. It's just it's annoying because it never stays like reasonably consistent.
But you'll
at
never
all.
fucking find somewhere that is.
True.
Right.
LA is probably the best example.
Or
And
you
that's
go
why
to
a
the
lot of
fucking
people live there.
Galapagos Islands. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure
Bahamas.
that's about the same the whole
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, exactly.
But, like,
It's
unless
one of
you're-
those places where they just don't really deal with other weather conditions.
I was gonna say, unless you're living on the equator,
Right.
you're not dealing. But then you live somewhere too tropical. Well, guess
It's
what?
just
You
hot.
went too far. Now you get hurricanes. So
I mean,
there's a give and take to everything.
True. No,
so I'm
there
fine
is.
with this weather.
There is.
But I went to trade school in Orlando, Florida, and I made some really good friends
Mhm.
that happen to live in the middle of bumfuck Indiana.
Mhm.
So I was literally just like, fuck it, I'll just move where I already know people.
Let's go.
yeah.
That was the entire thought process. Was I knew I wanted to move up north, and I was like, well, I already know some people that just so happen to live in the middle of fucking nowhere. I'll just move up there.
Fair
Worst
enough, I guess.
decision he's ever made.
I came and visited before I moved here. Like, I came up here for a week and slept on my buddy's couch to, like, visit the area and see if I liked it. I was like, yeah, I can do this.
You're like, there's a lot of corn, but cool.
There was indeed a lot of corn.
There's a lot of corn.
Yeah.
Just when I moved up here, it was October.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah,
he's
that
like,
would be
damn.
Indiana for you.
And then so, like, all the corn got cut down. I was like, oh, so this is what it actually looks like.
Yeah. It's just flat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's-
oh, there's nothing here.
Yeah, the only part of this I seen when I first moved here was fucking 8-foot tall stalks.
Yeah.
everywhere. And
Well, when did you move here?
would have been 2019,
Okay, yeah.
No, late 2019, right?
October. I
Yeah.
just fucking said October.
Well, that was when you were visiting. I didn't know if you moved that quickly afterwards.
Nah, that's true.
My
Okay,
bad.
yeah.
I think that actually was one of the best years for corn too, if I can remember right.
Yeah, that's Indiana. We base it on crop.
Well, yeah.
Sorry.
How
That's my dad for you.
Yeah, no, it's true though. It's like, so what year was it? It's like, oh, it was a year that we had the flood and the crops got ruined, or something along those lines. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, we had a drought that summer. You remember that?
I
'Cause
think that
everything
was the summer
dry.
that we had like
Yeah.
8-foot stalks.
I've talked to some of my friends like down south and shit, and they're like, "What's it like living up there?" I'm like, "You guys know the song talking about traffic jams to the combine harvesters?" And they're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah, that." Like,
Yeah, international harvester. Yeah.
I've been late to work because I got stuck behind a combine.
Yep, been there, done that.
Yeah,
yeah.
fair enough.
Either
Probably a combine going
combines,
to your work.
Combines.
That was the saving
semis.
grace.
Yeah.
So when I got to work and they were like, "Where were you?" I was like, "Fucking customer to tell you. You'll be here shortly."
Yeah, it's either around here. It's either combines, semis, tillage, just anything. It's like,
Yeah.
damn it.
But even then,
Yeah.
the semis are holding you up to on the side of the fucking road, waiting on the combine to come fill them up. Like everything comes down to the combine and the tractor.
A lot of people like hate on harvest season, but
Yeah, it goes by reasonably quick.
yeah.
it goes by quick. And again, it's like I've never once like I was just laughing about it when I got to work.
yeah.
I don't care that I got stuck behind a combine. I live in a farming town. What the fuck
Yeah.
do you expect?
True.
It's like these people who are buying houses next to racetracks and then complaining about the noise the racetrack makes.
You got a
Dude,
point.
you moved there.
Fair enough.
All right. Well, I have a place to be, so I think this is
Yeah.
call it for this
That
episode.
was fantastic. Just, I have to piss.
Perfect timing then. All right. Well, we'll see you guys all next week, but we will throw out that we are doing a Halo playthrough of the entire, I guess, collection of Halo games.
Yep.
We just finished Reach today. We're starting to live stream it, so if you guys are interested, check that out on the channel. We finally surpassed 250 subscribers. We're at 255 right now. So Brian said by the end of the year we should have 2,000. I was like, I don't know if that is how math works, but we'll see.
At least someone
1,000 is
believes in you.
yeah, right. I was like, 1,000's more realistic. That's a possibility. It's like 2,000. I was like, not saying it's not possible, but
Right.
we really got to have him come on more and just bitch about Avatar. That's the only way we're gonna be able to do it.
I
got you,
guess.
homie.
He's like, I will be on every week. Don't worry. Just every time.
We
Just
just
a
analyze.
10-minute segment right
Have
at the
this
beginning.
judgmental British guy beside me all day.
Gotta sell your soul for popularity, bud.
All right. Well, that'll be the end of this week's episode. We'll see you guys all next week. Peace out.